problem with the invite. Kind of glad to be back. It's been a while since I've done one of these.
It has been a while, and you've come at just the right moment as we are off. Aussie 101 wasting no time with the custom sprite work today.
What is that one on the top left? What is Aussie using?
That is Alice from Toho.
Okay.
One of his favorites. SP Ridley is, of course, using Mega Man. And SP Ridley is going to go and check Vanilla Morph Ball.
Pulling the dice already. I don't think that's a bad play by Ridley.
Yeah, there are.
To be fair, look at who he's against.
Indeed, there are two items in Logic in the in this lower half here. Oh, I saw Crystal Eastern Desert and early book for Hitaka from the Sanctuary, so that's a good start. And Green Pendant Hera.
All right, so let's see if Ridley just a 20 over there at the Morph Ball. Oh, and Aussie getting a bomb pull.
Very nice. Looks like we've got everybody going everywhere different. Maniacal is going to check Lumberjack. Hitaka is setting a pool hand, even though Bush Crabs are big 20s. And there's the Master Shovel in the for Aussie in the bottom of Hyrule Castle. Tier 2 tree pull is single bombs. A little bit of a break for Maniacal there.
Ridley, unfortunately, not being paid off for his gamble. Just a couple of big 20s down there.
Yeah, that's going to actually kind of haunt him, considering the Bush Crabs are also dropping big 20s.
What's on Lumberjack? Just a missile pack. No need to worry about that just yet.
And I blinked and missed what was in Link's house. Did you by chance catch it?
No, I have not. I'm trying to look everywhere at once.
Yeah, everybody's going everywhere different, so this is gonna take a bit for us to catch up here. Although Ridley should be checking that. Chat is saying $5. Thank you, chat.
E-Tank on Lake Hylia Island.
Now, those E-Tanks are going to be a pretty big deal today, considering that we are playing hard mode. Therefore, various suitless hell runs may be a thing, and Maniacal is going to go check Lost Woods item. Is not going to go and integrate a pet check with that book, unfortunately.
I'll be getting some peebs from the first chest in Zelda's Escape.
Those will be useful later once we finally do get Morph Ball, although it looks like the Lost Woods only had a heart piece and sticks, so nothing of significant notice going on yet. Really, we haven't gotten much of anything besides the Master Shovel.
Yeah, nothing at Race Game either.
Because that's what you want to start out with, right? A fetch quest. What did you say was the first thing in Hyrule Castle again? I'm sorry, I missed
Peebs.
PBs. Okay, so whatever's back here is out of Logic right now until we find Lamp or, yeah, pretty much until we find Lamp.
Second chest was Super Missiles.
Super Missiles, alright. And it's some kind of flying bomb on the pedestal, so already we know Pet is dead tonight.
Well, they know how to kill that Pet hype quick. Just a set of missiles there. In the tavern.
Yeah, might as well get that out of the way. You have the book. It's really not that far out of the way. It's only like 30 seconds to check. And you may never be back to Skullwoods anytime soon if it's a pendant or something like that. There are still 2 Dark World pendants, so you never know. Oh, hey, easy Morph Ball today in the Chicken Hut.
And Hitaka coming up with that Morph Ball now. Depending on what's here, in Kakariko, a Maniacal will be the first one to check this. Just a heart piece, 10 arrows on the bottle vendor, a 20, and Spazer. But Aussie doing that Zelda's Escape along with Ridley might be pretty cool because they've gotten Peebs and Super Missiles out of there already. So that's not bad.
Yeah, extra Super Metroid ammo early is definitely going to be useful. Let's see what this shovel today, and it's Grapple Beam. Oh, that's not looking promising.
Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see that for 2 reasons. Number 1, that's one of the keys for Suitless Meridia. Number 2, it's one of the big keys for Shaq in Meridia.
Well, Maniacal coming up with some money and a glove. All right, so with all of this divergence here, 3 of our runners have kind of come together in Kakariko.
Yeah, right now Ridley's just kind of playing catch up right now as tries to make up lost time from the vanilla morph ball dive.
Whoa, what was that in the library?
The library. One moment, I am taking a quick look at my playback. It was a set of power bombs.
Okay. Let me full screen this so I can see it a little bit better. So Maniacal going ahead and buying the bombs. I'm assuming we're going to get a South Shore play after this.
I would wager so. There's still too many items in Link to the Past to consider to leave behind. And now that we have a glove, Back of Escape is fully in play. Oh, and I was mistaken. Desert is a red pendant.
That look you get when these guys do a menu check isn't very long in your defense.
Yeah, I kind of had to look at. I think it was Aussie who checked. I had to look at his very quickly, and I kind of jumped to it. But Hitaka at least gave us a few more seconds to clarify, thankfully.
And Hitaka checking his pad, and I don't disagree with any of that. I also, while we're seeing all the stuff we've already seen, I also got to say I don't disagree with Ridley rolling the dice and checking the bottom of Super Metroid first. A lot of times when you're in a race with people that you think can out-execute you, you need to try to do those dice rolls to maybe get something from somewhere that they wouldn't go that early. It didn't turn out for him, but I still understand the thought process behind it.
Indeed, and with Morph Ball, Super Missiles, and Grapple Beam, that is enough to get Wreck Ship into play. And Power Bombs, I should say.
Yeah, dicey to go to Wreck Ship with one set of power bombs. I agree with you that I would go ahead and check all, the early checks in Zelda to see what else I could get.
I didn't realize the back of Blind's hat had one of the green rupees.
Greg.
And Back of Escape has the map, the red rupee, and the ether medallion. We might need that later, especially considering we only have one Dark World pendant.
So we know Dark Cross is dead because the key's going to be in there.
Very true.
All right, so Maniacal, as I thought, is going for, I believe, the South Shore, unless he rolls the dice himself and ties in Dam with a Gina.
It's happened a few times lately where Agina's been... Wow, Hitaka got a great spot to farm rupees off the bush crab. Very nicely done. Hitaka already has Zora money, which is perfectly in logic given that glove.
All right, Maniacal coming up with a second set of Peebs. That will make it very, very tempting to go to Super Metroid soon.
Yeah, certainly the Super Metroid density is pretty strong in the early game, especially because it gives you a lot of blue and retro green and retro Brinstar, most of Big Pink, I should say. A couple of red tower checks. There's a lot on the table right now, surely for Super Metroid, but we'll see how the South Shore checks out, because there's still a grand total of 6 additional items besides the dam.
Oh, yes. And Maniacal is going for the Agina check.
Ooh, and Hitaka, meanwhile, has chosen to sequence break Death Mountain and gets a large sum of cash for his troubles from the old man. I'm not sure what Aussie's sprite is, but we've got some very nice sprite diversity here tonight from our runners. Hitaka running his trademark medley sprite from Zelda Wind Waker.
Now, I'm guessing Hitaka is going this way because he's going to give Business Center a pull first.
Ooh, that's a very interesting call. Perfectly in logic already, just via Morph Ball. And there's a second energy tank, so the Hell Run to Ice Beam is perfectly in play as well. That is indeed a logical energy tank, seeing as this area is accessible via Morph Ball and Power Bombs.
Okay, Monaco had the book, so he is just going straight into desert. Interesting call.
Yeah, potential 2 items here. The pendant we already know is junk, but if the dungeon is not boots locked and you can swipe both items nice and early, this may end up being a good call. Looks like Asi has also chosen to follow Hitaka into Death Mountain.
Chat pointing out that there is another set of supers on Desert Ledge as well, which will help out in Super Metroid.
That's true. I think that's only our second, if not third set of supers, which 15 supers, even 10 supers is already a nice big break for early Super Metroid. And it looks like Desert, the majority of Desert is not boots locked with an early small key. That's a good sign.
Just a heart piece at Croc Escape. Oh, and the Moon Pearl.
Wow, good call by Hitaka. That's already 2 out of 3 pieces of the Dark World puzzle.
And Hitaka is piecing out.
Yeah, very interesting they decided to do that without checking the other 2. Or he did he? I thought he picked up a power bomb somewhere.
Now, I didn't get what Monaco got out of that first chest on right side.
The first chest I don't think was anything important. The second chest was the map, so there is still 1 item MIA in Desert.
Oh, and blue mail. Aussie picking up the blue mail.
Alrighty, and it was another set of power bombs at high jump, so Hitaka's not missing out on much by skipping high jump. I did not see what was on the torch, though. Apparently the big key was on the right side, which means actually there is an item on the torch.
I didn't see big key in his menu when he...
Oh, the big key is on the torch. I'm sorry. Thanks, mind of me. So yeah, the last item is on Lamolus, but requires Pegasus boots.
All right, so Aussie is heading down into Cray's lair. Meanwhile, Ridley is heading over to the top of Red Tower. Hitaka about to do Mini Moldorm Caves. Our first look at that.
Yeah, excuse me.
And the hammer at the moat. That's Dark World access.
Wow, 13-minute Dark World access. That's not something you see. Excuse me, frog in my throat. That's not something you see every day.
And Mirror in Mini Moldorm. Did Ridley not jump over and get the hammer?
Doesn't look like it. He has grapple beam. I'm surprised he didn't go get it right away. Maybe thinking to get it on the way out. Because that is a perfectly in-logic hammer courtesy of grapple. And
maybe
even
he's
then,
checking Red Tower first.
I think that's what his plan is. But yeah, Mirror plus Dark World access, that's a pretty big deal already.
There's another E-Tank in Logic. That brings up to what, 3, 4 in Logic now?
3 in Logic, which means we can now Hell Run to Crocomire if need be. Speaking of which, by the way, there was a boss on Aussie's screen. It kind of got obliterated so fast that we didn't get a chance to comment on it, but Kraid's reward was only missiles.
Maniacal gonna check Ice Rod Cave. Ridley, meanwhile, getting munched on.
Kraid E-Tank just some missiles. Not much
and
going on.
Just some rupees for Maniacal.
Yeah, not much going on at Alpha Power Bombs. Just a bomb cap upgrade and some cash, which cash is really not anything that's an issue at this point, given the plethora of money we've gotten already at the start of the seed, especially on Hitaka's screen. Hitaka already has the wallet to finish the seed if need be.
Yeah, Ridley's saving, so I'm thinking he's probably heading to wreck ship.
I definitely, going back on what you said earlier, given the nature of the competition field here tonight, this is definitely a gamble. But if it pays out, it might give SP Ridley a leg up on some of the more veteran runners. Maniacal, on the other hand, has picked up that hammer.
Yeah, he's going to peace out from there. Probably see him go on down Red Tower.
And, with the mirror, the ether tablet is readable, actually. We're still kind of missing swords for actually picking the items up, but knowledge is power, as the saying goes. Okay, now Ridley's going to grab that hammer and go to wreck ship. Here we go.
All right, good divergence so far from everybody. Waterfall of Wishing, just 3 blueberries and a heart piece.
Yeah, this is one of those seeds where you're going to see people splitting a lot because there are so many options on the table right now. We've got Red Tower, Kraid's Lair, Wreck Ship, most of Dark Overworld. We've got Graveyard Ledge already. This is a lot right now.
Death Mountain.
Yeah, chunks of Death. Well, yeah, East Death Mountain's open. And there's like 8 or 9 items up there.
And the most expensive super missiles in the world now belong to Hitaka.
Oh, that's unfortunate. No, despite the nice chunk of money and early glove, nothing good from Zora.
Nothing ever comes good from Zora until you last location it.
I've seen it be hammer on Zora before, and that was and I think it was actually Solski that ended up last locationing it, and it's I recall it being one of his things on his channel.
All right, so Hitaka is heading over to Saha's closet. Oh, and screw attack for Ridley. Great find.
There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Nothing logical, but definitely a big help, especially in the attic here.
Yeah, and Hitaka also found the other shirt in in Saha's closet, so we now know about both very easy mail upgrades tonight. Hitaka will probably go back for red mail later. Yeah, I think the reason Hitaka never checked outside Moon Pearl was that he didn't have power bombs at the time, so just decided to put that off until later. And the early
Ridley is taking on pain. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, the early mail upgrades actually are not a bad idea, considering that we've actually not been given a particularly large amount of Link to the Past health here. Hitaka is still only running on 5 heart containers.
Yeah, especially with that early Dark World access and no sword. Now, Ridley doing the right thing here, using that screw attack to go through those flames when he has to. That's a great move to use in this fight.
Certainly, especially if you do accidentally enrage Fantoon.
There are some that actually use a strat where they missile, super, and just screw attack through the flames to get a guaranteed 3-round.
Yeah, certainly a very gutsy strategy, especially since suitless, these fireballs will do quite a significant amount of damage. But SP Ridley has been having very little difficulty dodging the fire and flames, for the most part. The fire and the flames Fantoon carries on.
So Monaco, took Kraid to prom. He's not happy with that, I can tell you.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, but doesn't take too much longer after.
All right, and Ridley has defeated Fantoon. Meanwhile, Hataka making his way down to Zelda's Escape. We know what he's going to find down there. It's not going to be great.
He is going to at least be able to cross Dark Cross off of... I just realized what I said. Take Dark Cross off of his list since he has been to the back and picked up the items back there. So you should know it's Key and Dark Cross.
And now Ridley will get to explore the rest of Wreck Ship. I see heading to Saha's closet, and I imagine we'll see Maniacal clearing out Red Tower. I'm not Red Tower, Business Center, and then, because of the fact he's got the mirror and the hammer, we'll probably see a Death Mountain check from him. A good sweep over there.
Yeah, Maniacal hasn't been up there yet, and is going to be right around the corner after getting Moon Pearl and the other mail upgrade. So Maniacal's in a good position to get a lot of additional checks here for us here at home.
Ridley not really getting anything of consequence so far, and Aussie with the gauntlet check.
Ooh, perfectly in logic with continuous wall jumps in the hard difficulty. So we will see if this the 3 items here are worth the trouble.
And Ridley doing the save, which is definitely... Wait, is he skipping?
Spiky Room, yeah, Spiky Room of Death is really kind of tough with our current equipment unless you want to do a power bomb jump, because we can't actually get up the ledge without either a high jump, space jump, gravity, or speed booster because it affects jump height.
Yeah, that power bomb jump is a little finicky.
Yeah, so I think, Ridley's going to wait out on that for a little bit, and there really is nothing available that can make that check easy. Hataka got dragged a little bit there, and yep, that acid does a lot of damage suitless.
And now we know that what he's heading to is definitely not worth the trip, because we've got the single arrow of destiny and a heart piece in the back of Gauntlet.
Yeah, so a pretty barren gauntlet today, which is not something we're used to seeing here in these weekly races. Almost always we have something in the Brinstar checks, but it seems like for once this is actually going to be a Link to the Past randomizer followed by Super Metroid randomizer seed compared to the other way around.
So Maniacal saved the old man and got his chunk of money. Meanwhile, Aussie is coming down into the green Brinstar shaft.
Yes, now the items in here are in logic without speed booster, courtesy of that all-famous mock ball strat.
And there was a full heart container at Terminator, as well as in the front of Brinstar Reserve. So we're finally seeing some Link to the Past help for these guys here.
And there's a 4th energy tank in... and 5th energy tank, for that matter, in... all of Green Brinstar. So that is the 5th energy tank needed for the Hell Run to Bubble Mountain, and we have our remaining maps here. Pendant TR and crystals, red crystals at Swamp and Mire. Everything else is blue.
Ridley having a little trouble with the wall jumps off of the little floating platforms. Now, am I missing something? Because if they don't have bomb, speed booster, space jump, or ice beam, or high jump, how do they do the Hell Run? Bow!
Oh, okay then. Well, that puts, that actually kind of really doesn't... Well, to these runners it does, but logically it doesn't give us that much to work with. Because we still need a lamp for Eastern. But actually, Pod is a full clearable dungeon now. Finally, a sword too in the front of Tower of Hera, but it is fire locked.
He's still happy to see that sword.
Absolutely, and we did also see Maniacal check Ether Tablet, and it was just 10 sticks. And Mind of Me is enlightening that we need we still need a can fly of some kind or speed to get to Croc, so we're still missing a few things on that front.
All right, I didn't catch what was on the outside. Oh, and a hook shot.
Just away up the ledge. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Mind of Me. All right, but bow and hook shot. Now we're getting somewhere. Almost ready to full clear Swamp Palace with just missing flippers. This has been a very stacked Brinstar, I must say. Bow and hookshot are two pretty big items. Chat saying the floating island had a energy tank.
And a baby shield.
Yeah, Ossie's got that baby shield too. I just missed what was that Spore Spawn. So I'll just consult my trusty playback on that one. And money. And it looks like Ridley found another... Was that another shield at Wreck Ship Bowling Alley? No, it was the Red Meringue, excuse me.
Yeah, it's the Red Meringue.
I did not see, however, what was in Wreck Ship Reserve. And meanwhile, we got Paradox Cave coming up, which has our flippers.
You call that, and half magic. You called those flippers out, didn't you?
I sure did, and Ridley got another shield anyway at Gravity Boost. I just said Gravity Boost. You can tell what Metroid game I've been playing lately. But
right.
SP Ridley just got a shield at Gravity Suit.
Reminded me letting us know that it was the cape at Wreck Ship Reserve.
Fascinating. So that's a ALTTP invincibility that is locked by Speed Booster.
All right, so Ossie coming up the back way here. Well, we know that his next couple of checks are not going to be, we haven't seen Alpha Missiles yet. Maniacal doing his flipper stuff. We already know that's not going to turn out so hot for him.
Yeah, there are a ton of Link to the Past progression items out there already. We already have the ability to full clear Swamp. We have the potential to full clear Swamp Palace already with Hookshot, Hammer, and Flippers, and Mirror. Pod without Lamp is still full clearable out of logic, but they could absolutely do that. Eastern's full clearable. That's already 3 crystals I can think of. Plus Thieves Town, of course. That's a lot our runners can do right now in A Link to the Past.
It is.
Once, of course, they put all the puzzle pieces together and find the stuff everybody else picked up.
Oh. And the dreaded Fiver.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but looks like Maniacal's going to give us Hype Cave. This can't make the scene more hype than it already is, can it?
Sure it can. Throw a speed booster in there, shield. Or a mitts or something.
Well, it does have the other shield, followed by missiles, bombs, and money.
Or
garbage.
Crap.
Well, since we have mirror potential logical mirror shield, laser bridge might become a thing later. That'd be something else if Speed Booster was on laser bridge and that cape was required since Burna is out of reach.
Okay, so Maniacal heading to check the pyramid. This is interesting in that if he only had that bow, he could do an awful lot in pod. Have we gotten a map check from him yet?
We did. The remaining crystals, the remaining pendant, I should say, is on Turtle Rock, and the 5/6s are Mire and Swamp.
Oh, and getting paid off with that Master Sword.
I would say that was pretty worth it. Now he can actually go pick up the item off of Bombo's tablet later down the road.
Yeah, by virtue of having that mirror, he can do it pretty much anytime he wants. Ozzy doing the X-ray check.
Yes, my enemy. First sword was Hera, chest right before basement. An answer question chat. Ozzy's Super Metroid sprite is Alice from Toho. Assuming I pronounced that correctly.
Yes, I believe Toho is definitely correct.
Looks like Maniacal's going to route in Catfish, probably a Zora check with his current equipment.
So we know that unless Catfish has something, this is going to be some wasted time for him.
All right, Hitaka's checking Billy Mace for us. I don't remember if Ozzy checked this already. I think he did.
He did. Okay, I didn't see what was that other one. So there was nothing up here. Ridley starting his run down towards Green Bryn.
Is it me, or is hard piece plus junk item seem to be the common occurrence here this with all these 2 item checks this seed?
That's the theme. Or bombs and 20 rupees.
Yeah, either way, yeah, the high density checks are, besides Paradox Cave, really haven't been paying out, strangely enough. But yeah, everybody is going to be going every which way now, given what we know. And it does seem like staying in A Link to the Past right now is the correct move, since especially you can full clear combo pod in Eastern right now. There's a big potential to get a very nice jet seed here. I say that, and something is going to be in Pendant Turtle Rock, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to laugh, by the way, if this is Cane of Burna here at Chap Supers.
Oh, both of them locked by Speed Booster? Yeah.
Come on, let's see it. Aww. Just a heart container.
So Hitaka can cross that off the list because he will not be coming back just for that.
Nope.
And Aussie has his hammer. Okay, so Maniacal heading towards, it looks like, the Dark World. So we'll get our first peek at this stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot you can check here. You can check Front of Skull Woods, all of Thieves Town and Village of Outcasts. You can check Graveyard Ledge. You can check if Cape is required.
What's going to be interesting is there's something on Bumper Cave Ledge.
Especially Bumper Ledge. Yeah, that's going to be the one to watch for right now. I don't think Speed Booster can be on Bumper Ledge in this case, though.
No.
Even if both are not required. I think the logic, the game does still place everything to make it so you can get everywhere. Just about everywhere, except with keys locking themselves. That's about it. Oh, no beatable logic in SMZ3. Never mind. Yeah, Hitaka just grabbing that extra cash given the, for safety. No bottles, interestingly. We've got our minimum for swords, but we're right now still running on Master Sword Silverless Ganon. Who wants to do that?
Nobody. So far, Monaco just getting a map and some supers. He's got 2 more items to go in the front of Thieves Town. Aussie taking on the Ghost.
Yeah, one of these items in the front does have to be our big key, so at most only one more item is available in here. Now, we don't have to worry about the key being locked in the big chest today, since, or the small key locking out the big chest, because we have a nice, very convenient early hammer. And Hitaka, meanwhile, is still not interested in going to pick up hammer yet. Gonna check 230 missiles, probably a couple more other things. I would imagine he's thinking wreck ship sooner rather than later, though. At least check the moat.
Yeah, I don't see going that way. I don't see not checking the moat at this point. And Aussie dispatching the Ghost. Now he's gonna get an interesting chart of crap. About the only thing worthwhile in him for right now is that screw attack, which he already has, unless he, and this is an Aussie thing to do, elects to do that power bomb jump.
We'll see. But yeah, mind me making a good point on something. Ridley is actually quite low on supers, and actually supers have been rather sparse this seed, which again, it's uncharacteristic of a typical SMZ3 seed, and it looks like Maniacal picked up a... I think Maniacal may have just found all 4 items in... was it 4? No, that was the 3rd item in Thieves Town with that... with that attic check. There was an item, I guess, right before the big key, but I don't remember. I didn't see what it was.
It was junk.
Okay. Yeah, folks, just about everybody is everywhere different, so we're gonna be missing stuff at this rate. So if we miss something, please do not hesitate to call us out on it, because we would like to make sure we don't miss anything either.
Yeah, I can't keep up with my own screen when I play, much less 4 people's. Which is why, hey, shout outs to our tracker. Thanks, because I can't.
And there's the small key, which means our last item is either chilling in the big chest or it's on blind.
Go get that compass, Maniacal. You know you want it.
Oh!
Never mind.
Hello, Gravity Suit. No suitless Meridia on the cards today, folks. Which I'm sure Maniacal's going to be incredibly relieved at.
Isn't that all of Meridian in Logic? Because he has the flippers, so he has access through the Dark World to the back way.
Just about. A couple of checks are technically locked out without Speed Booster. Maniacal could even get to... I think he needs technically a vertical upgrade to get to Shack Tool, but he's got Grapple.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke. I just meant that he could get past Botchwoon. My bad. I didn't mean that all the checks were in Logic. Yeah.
It could still probably do Shack Tool with a bit of fancy shenanigans. But yep, that is the compass and the first blood for A Link to the Past for Maniacal at 39.5 minutes in, despite having some very early Dark World access. It's only just now we're finally getting first blood in A Link to the Past. Yeah, Maniacal missing out on his bow right now, though, is, it's gonna be unfortunate if he chooses to go to pod first and then come back later. Ooh, another sword in C-shaped house. So now we're tempered, and that's probably the best you're gonna get for the time being, until you get silvers.
but that's all you need. Nobody's worried. If you get tempered, nobody's worried about silvers at this point.
Yeah, at least with with tempered, you don't have to do spins on Ganon until ideally the end phase. But yeah, I'm just thinking about our scenario here. For potential go mode, at absolute minimum, we really only need Variasuit, some way to get out of Dragon, which a gravity gem can easily do the trick these days.
A fire source.
So, yeah, a fire source. Actually, we don't technically... Yes, we do. We need Fire Rod because Skullwoods is a crystal. Cane for... Cane for Meyer. Possibly a medallion, but that's it. We actually really do not need a lot of items. It's actually kind of ridiculous.
And I promise you, if one of these runners gets that bare minimum items, they're going to go.
Oh, yeah. That was a lot of digs for a super missile on Maniacal's end, but hey, no one's going to complain about supers given how little there have been this seed. And it looks like Hataka is trying Spiky Room of Death Powerbomb jump and nails it first try, folks.
Not surprised there. And Maniacal coming up with the flute.
Ooh, that might be
not a real game breaker right now without those mitts, but he definitely has Meyer access. As soon as he finds... Oh, we do need mitts. We forgot about that.
That is true. We do need mitts. So... And that was in K45, so early mirror lock. It was an early mirror check, and it definitely paid out. Stumpy has another nice big wad of cash. But yeah, folks, if you haven't already, go follow these runners, because these moves, like finding X-ray on Spiky Room of Death, this is why these runners are where they are in the community. Because of crazy, silly tricks like that.
And Maniacal heading to that Balmos tablet check.
Oh, what is with all this link to the past progression we've been seeing? Gravity Suit in Thieves Town is nice too, because it's Thieves Town. It's basically going to fall on your lap, but like we're so close to. Crystal? Swamp is a red crystal, yes.
All right, then I would expect to see Maniacal do Swamp and transition into the back of Meridia at this point.
Well, there is a minor problem, though, that Maniacal has not been to Brinstar and therefore has not picked up Hookshot for Mission Impossible.
Oh, that would definitely be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that they don't all have... Everybody but Maniacal has the Hookshot.
Yeah, the problem right now... The Maniacal electing to do... I guess Burn Skip really hasn't worked in his favor, unfortunately. This really is not the seed where you can get away with that. Meanwhile, let's be really taking Craig to the prom again. Well, I say again, but it's his first dance of the night, really.
Yeah, Brent Skip is one of those things that makes you look like a genius when you can get away with it, but when it bites you, it usually bites you hard.
Oh, yeah.
But he is heading to the back of Meridia.
Yeah, this is not a bad play at all, because there are, again, a lot of things you can do in Meridia. You can, gravity jump to Shack Tool. You can do just about everything. I think you could screw attack your way out of Plasma Beam if you want to do a continuous wall jump to get out. But yeah, there's a lot of items up for grabs in Meridia for sure. I'm very hopeful that we get to see some SMZ3 Key Sanity soon. We've been talking about it for months. I'm very anxious to see it actually come to fruition here in like the weeklies.
It's different.
Yeah, I can't wait to learn some more about this. I haven't gotten a chance to see any of the other runners practice it in their spare time, but I am very much looking forward to it. On the subject of things to come, folks, if you are interested in some real interesting action on Sunday at 3 p.m. On Speed Gaming Channel to be determined, our SMZ3 Weekly will be a hard multi-world. So if you want to have some fun on Sunday, be sure to come swinging by Sunday afternoon for that.
All right, so Monaco getting ready to take on Dragon. Now, interestingly, we talked about Monaco being the only one without hookshot, but right now he's the only one with flippers.
That is true, because flippers are in Spiral Cave. Not Spiral, Paradox Cave. Nobody else has been to East Death Mountain. They've all been busy sweeping through the Dark World.
Hitaka taking that ride for nothing. Oh, Monaco got picked up, but he shook it off.
And also, it's just occurred to me, Maniacal does not have Grappling Beam. He did not dig it up with the shovel.
Nope.
So Maniacal is not going to be able to use any conventional methods to get to Shag Tool. Might have to do a Crystal Flash clip, if he so chooses. Shag Tool is still kind of a dumb check no matter how you slice it, so...
Crystal Flash clip is going to be a little hard with only 10 power bombs.
That is actually a very good point, yeah. Maniacal's got a bit of a power bomb shortage. Certainly not after
And
that
just a
big
big
20
20
off it. Yeah, I mean, we both said the same thing, so the folks at home get the idea.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
It's
There's
all right.
a little bit of a delay on my push to talk. I don't mean to do that to you.
No, it's all right.
Monaco getting that tough wall jump there. Aussie is digging up for his supers. Ridley picking up that E-Tank, and Hitaka on his way back to the Redarang and seeing that the cape is speed booster locked.
Yeah, there's been no shortage of spectacular movement on all sides of your screen tonight here, as our runners have just been absolutely slicing through every obstacle they've been thrust up against. And yeah, chat brings up a good point. We still have not seen Croc, although we still don't have really any of the tools to get in there yet. We still need, like, a high jump, something to get up that ledge, and we don't have it yet.
And there is another E-Tank. I see activating that flute.
Yeah, when it comes to flute, really, the sooner the better, because that just adds, that just cuts so much travel time off of your Link to the Past walk.
Yeah, with no boots showing up yet, that's definitely a good pick.
Now, looks like Ridley has got a minor problem here coming up Death Mountain, is that he does not have Mirror, so will not be able to access East Death Mountain yet. Has never been to Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But he does have
And Monaco getting that snail clip.
It's actually alright. He's got hookshot. He can just go the other way around. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I didn't realize he had hookshot. Everybody else has been using Mirror Hammer today.
Well, it seems like there's
gotten
somebody has that somebody's missing. Everybody's missing something that somebody else has.
Yeah, in everybody except Maniacal's case, they're missing the... Maniacal's the only one with the swords. And flippers, for that matter. Ridley and Hitaka are both missing flute. Ridley and Maniacal are both missing out on bow.
Ridley fixing to get his flippers, though.
Everything is still kind of spread out, all things considering, because Gravity's all the way in Thieves Town, so it's going to take a while given how much else is available to route that in effectively.
Monaco, what are you doing? Oh, okay. All right.
I was about to say, yeeting up to Plasma Beam, probably.
Hataka, I think you need high jump boots to do that. I'm not sure.
Spazer only having supers. I think we've seen that already.
Yes.
And just a little recap for the audience who may just be coming in right now as we're somewhat quickly approaching the 1 hour mark. Dark World Access was in 13.5 minutes.
Oh, and just 10 arrows. So Monaco doing the reset there.
So we've had Dark World Access for like 35 minutes, and very soon after that we had Swamp Palace access. So we've got so much on the table right now that stuff could be virtually anywhere right now.
But you make a good point. I'm wondering if Swamp is the answer.
It could be the answer. Swamp, possibly lampless sections of Pod or Eastern. I did not see what was on the left side of the right sand pit, but it looks like it was junk, so Maniacal's resetting.
So that leaves him with Meridia Beach, Watering Hole, and the first 4.
Just about. Although mainstream missiles will be out of play until he finds a speed booster somewhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ridley's gonna get his first sword and then be fire locked, despite fire being staring him in the face quite literally. Fire locked out of Hera.
He's not that mad though. He finally got a sword. Monaco's over here cruising with a tempered.
Yeah, the swords are pretty spread out too, because we've got Hera first floor, we've got the pyramid, and we've got not Thieves Town. Where did Maniacal pick up that tempered sword? It was someplace.
I believe
really
it was Sea House, wasn't it?
Yes, Sea House. So yeah, they're literally on 3 different sections of the world.
And Varia.
So Gravity was locking Varia suit, and that's... we're practically at Super Metroid Go mode here. How about that? I feel like we're still missing like 1 item for Super Metroid Go mode, but we are, if not, we are looking good for Super Metroid right now. It looks like Hataka thankfully didn't have to take Cray to the prom, so the ballroom was half full tonight. And Maniacal's in a good spot to finish up Super Metroid, which, if the remaining missing items like Fire Rod and Cane and Mitts are in Super Metroid, that does give Maniacal a pretty big leg up. And oh, hey, Charge Beam.
Not bad. Beat's not having it.
I think that's actually a 50-minute gap in between beam upgrades, because our last upgrade was Spazer, and that was in the bottom of the well. And as I suspected, Hataka is going back for that red mail. And I think everybody pretty much should know Pet's dead by now.
Oh, yeah. Dead.
So what's Aussie missing that somebody else has? Aussie's missing flippers still. And I guess the other Mama Turtle check must have been junk, because Maniacal's not getting it.
It was bombs. Bomb upgrade, I believe. Now, you gotta show it. Blue Cane could be here in Main Street. And you still get your prediction.
That'd be great. For those who are unaware, Magic Cape is locked by Speed Booster and Wreck Ship Reserve. So if the other invincibility is locked behind Speed Booster here,
it's not. But nobody has shown us Bumper Cave Ledge yet.
Nobody's shown us Bumper Ledge, and we still can't do Waterway either. Ooh, Hataka is deciding to do a Hell Run to Ice Beam. Now, we know Varia is perfectly in play without doing this, so going to be kind of but it's going to be worth it.
That was something he was definitely looking out for. And that is one of the missing keys you were looking for in Super Metroid, I think.
So, yeah, and Hataka may just think about Hell running all the way to Bubble Mountain, too, because 5 energy tanks is all you need to put that into play. Aussie getting that Master Sword.
And here's Maniacal. Has not gone to ice yet. I guess he's checking this first. And there's his fire source.
Yeah, you might want to get that. And Hataka actually just beat him to it.
And Maniacal's going to go get his high jump boots here.
And Bumper Ledge has a bottle.
No, so we still don't know if that cape is...
Not yet. This is getting very interesting.
This is crazy.
I'm gonna laugh if Speed Booster to cape to bottle is actually progression on Sick Kid.
Like mitts.
Like mitts. Like if all the remaining bottles are just chilling in GT.
Here's a thought.
But yeah,
mitts in like... Go ahead.
No, you first.
I thought it would be something like mitts or red cane somewhere like Checkerboard Cave, where they would have to go through Lower Norfair and come out.
Ooh, that is spicy. And we might actually see that in a minute here, because I think Maniacal is going to go ahead and just finish up Super Metroid. Might as well, really.
Did Ozzy not check Graveyard Ledge?
He did, but I think it was junk.
Okay.
Ooh, he's going to do the current bomb jump to get to Eastside Dark World. Very clever. And Maniacal, meanwhile, found our first can fly with bombs in the cathedral.
Oh, yeah. Here's something nasty. Mitts or red cane at Shack.
Ooh, that's another spicy one. And we get Spring Ball right before Bubble Mountain Reserve.
There's your blue cane.
Okay, so invincibility lock checks are not an issue in Link to the Past today.
Yes, this is hard logic. Hey, we're going to get our first look at Pod from Hataka.
And Hataka does have all the tools to full clear this with Lamp in tow. So this is going to be a pretty good, this is going to be a very item dense dive for Hataka for sure, if not for the very least 2 crystals. Unfortunately, the poor guy's still swordless. The only one who is...
He'll be fine with Hammer.
He will be fine with Hammer, but the only runner that is still swordless at this point, ironically.
Oh, and doing the Pod Eastern combo, which, of course, is definitely the thing to do.
Yeah, grand total of 8 items up for grabs here, and 2 crystals.
Maniacal cashing in on another E-Tank. Don't blame him.
Yeah, Maniacal missed out on a significant number of energy tanks in Brinstar, so it is going to be quite some time before Maniacal gets to catch up on those energy reserves. We'll probably get those anyway, since there is progression in Brinstar anyway with Hookshot and Bow.
Now, this is interesting here. If Maniacal doesn't find Speed Booster or Space Jump, then he's got to make the decision about whether or not he's going to go to Croc. Myself, I probably would before I headed down to Lower Norfair because of the things that you're missing, like Mitts or Cane, Red Cane, especially. Maybe another medallion, because you don't want to make that trip down there and go out to Meyer and have Mitts or something be in there and you can't get in.
Yeah, that would be a bad time for sure, but looks like Maniacal's going to start by checking Wave Beam. Hitaka, meanwhile, hasn't found any of the 3 items in Eastern yet, so they're all in the back. Hello, Speed Booster.
Never mind all that crap I just said. That's huge for Maniacal. I have to give Maniacal a kind of an edge right now.
Yeah, just the natural advantage of the higher speed does make the difference for sure. So that's just going to make Maniacal's trek through the rest of the game so much quicker.
Not to mention, he has not done Brinstar yet, so he will be able to check Waterway as he goes through.
Which, if that has Mitts or Cane, that's going to be nuts. Looks like Maniacal
I'm wondering if that's what he was waiting on.
Maybe. Speed Booster does help with finishing up Croc, for sure. Yeah, the Bryn delay was definitely not a bad call, as it turns out. This has been a really interesting seed so far. There's just stuff going on everywhere. And forget about Bumper Ledge, because there's a bottle in the Vanilla Big Key chest in Eastern.
All right, then.
So, forget about that Speed Booster locked cape. We are not getting that today. Oh, Aussie did not get the KO with Grapple Beam.
Yeah, that's weird.
His health is too low.
Oh, okay.
Gonna have to finish this the old-fashioned way. Don't scare us like that, Aussie. You do that a lot. I was going to say, you might want to at least pick up the health refill.
All right, so Hitaka making his way to Armos Knights. Ridley fixing to pick up another sword. That's his master sword.
Ooh, Maniacal was trying to be fancy with Speed Booster, didn't quite get it off. Now the next $1 million question is, what comes next?
I'm thinking Mitts.
Also, I just blinked and missed what Hitaka picked up off the Armos Knights, as Hitaka finally gets his first link to the Pass Crystal at 1 hour and 4 minutes in.
Keep talking to me that way and you'll never reach that age, Julie. How you doing?
You know, Grapple Beam makes farming real easy.
It does. Oh, did he pick up Ice Rod? Who picked up Ice Rod?
I think Maniacal may have picked it up on the way out of Croc? Question mark? Either that or it was in pod and I completely blinked on it. Oh, that's the guess for the next progression. Okay.
Oh, okay. So
although Ice Rod
pod
isn't
is
really...
Bowlock.
That's okay. Hitaka's already all geared and ready to go here. Ooh, nice snail clip to the aqueduct for Aussie 101. No items of value up there for a change, because usually aqueduct is always loaded. And chat says Armos was a piece of heart, so yeah, I mean, we're still actually kind of locked out from Turtle Rock right now. We're still missing Kane, Fire Rod, and Titan's Mitz, so I don't think, being perfectly honest, I don't think Turtle Rock's going to be required tonight. Despite all that we can do, we're still missing a couple of pretty important keys for that.
Not to mention, we only have one medallion. You know, I don't like those odds.
Oh no, my enemy's holding me to that. Yeah, I know. I'm one for jinxing stuff. Fair enough. But nah, if it turns out there's progression in Turtle Rock, I will gladly take the roasting. In other hard mode related news, Aussie is going to attempt a gravity jump to Shack Tool.
Did he? Yeah, he picked up the morph ball bombs. I'd just about rather do the crystal flash clip. I would rather do the crystal flash clip.
Aussie has the right idea, but his position's just a little too far to the right.
Monaco, meanwhile, easy gravity jump. I haven't seen Hitaka pick up anything of note in pod yet.
Yeah, there hasn't really been anything in pod at all so far. Not even like Palace of Keys yet. It's only like been spoon feeding keys little by little. Monaco, you may want to turn on that gravity suit again before you get absolutely shelled by enemies. Nothing in the pod dark basement either.
But we got a Shack Tool check, guys.
Ah, here we go. Does Shack have Fire Rod again?
If so, that's kind of bad news for Maniacal.
It's very bad news for Maniacal, because that is literally a lot behind practically one of the first checks of the game. Okay, what is with this pod here? Taka's literally going every which way and finding nothing.
So Maniacal taking on Gold Chorizo, and here we go with Aussie with the Shack check.
And 3, 2, 1. Missiles.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, nothing of importance going on there, so Maniacal catching a lucky break, and I'm going to look at my playback here. Hitaka only picked up a stick upgrade in the big chest of pod, so we're still looking for, I think we're still looking for an item or two in pod, but I'm not sure.
And Maniacal coming on out. Is that Ether?
It sure is Vanilla Ether, so lucky break for our runners. They do not need to find another medallion.
And the final sword for Maniacal.
That's actually a pretty free sword, all things considering, so I do think our runners will be picking that sword up. And with Maniacal, actually, even though he can open up Meyer, cannot go past the foyer without boots or hookshot. So neither of those currently present. So Maniacal is going to have to end his Meyer dive here.
Wow, he has taken some gambles, because now again we're looking at a situation where it could cost him by skipping Brinstar.
Yeah, right now, because again, for those that may just be coming in, Brinstar currently houses the hookshot and the bow. Furthermore, it looks like Maniacal still has not picked up those flippers yet out of Paradox Cave. Not Maniacal, Aussie and Ataka still haven't picked up flippers out of Paradox Cave. It was Paradox Cave, right? I'm not
Yes,
that
it
crazy.
was.
Okay.
Yes, it was. I swear I think there's something in Swamp.
I think there's something in Swamp too, because we've had access to that dungeon for almost, ironically, almost an hour.
We've had Schrodinger's access, but I think nobody really has access at this point because Ridley doesn't have mirror yet.
Right.
Aussie and Ataka don't have flippers, and Maniacal doesn't have hook shot, so he can't finish it.
Oh yeah, that's crazy actually. Like that dungeon has been really staring them in the face for the whole seed.
Hitaka finishing off Helmasaur here.
For a fetch quest.
Magic powder. Monaco having a little bit of trouble here.
He's trying to do the speed booster strat to get through. I think he also wanted to grab a couple extra power bombs because Maniacal is still very power bomb starved right now. He actually cannot perform a Crystal Flash with his current equipment.
Yeah, Aussie sitting at 20. So
Ridley,
they're out there.
Ridley, meanwhile, is navigating Pod in the dark. Hasn't picked up Lamp from Crumble Tower.
Also, Monaco doesn't have that screw attack yet because he hasn't been to wreck ship. Oh, wave beam, nice.
All right, Spacer Wave Charge, not the worst combo out there. Certainly can give you a tiny bit of a power boost for now.
That's a fast Ridley.
Yeah, we can do could do X Factor strats if need be. But Hitaka is finally going to get his first sword upgrade on the Pyramid Ledge. Aussie almost
He's like,
right
where
past
is this
that Variasuit. Hitaka's going to be the one asking, "Where has this been?" Once he finally does Thieves Town and then goes to pick that up. Here's something you don't see every day: Maniacal using Bomb Spreader to open this passage.
Yeah, he's trying to be conscientious of how he uses his power bombs because he's going to have to. I believe he might have to farm a little bit to get out of here. Ooh, and a 5 repeat.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's got to farm a little to get out of here. He's certainly short. It certainly feels like he's not going to have a lot just for comfort anyway. But there is a refill coming up anyway off of the blue spheres. So now things have finally kind of slowed down a little bit with everybody kind of backing through each other's checks. Really all eyes on Maniacal right now for the time being as he treks to Ridley.
Yeah, kind of disappointing for Hitaka. Did a nice Pod Eastern combo and really did not get paid for it whatsoever.
And that's really shocking too, because you would think with an 8-item dense area, that would probably yield at least something of significant note, but really, no, not the case. Alright, so Maniacal's at about as good as he's going to get with ammo. He's got more than enough supers, so I think he's going to go with super strats on Ridley. They do provide the best DPS, given they do double damage to Ridley, so 30 of those, and this should be an easy Ridley fight.
Oh yeah, for Maniacal, this is a breeze with this equipment.
I'm surprised Ridley did not turn around there. Usually going under Ridley during pogoing forces a turnaround.
Actually, you have to do a little jump there to force the turnaround.
Ah. And it looks like Aussie's going to do the Pod Eastern combo now, too. And what does Ridley have for us tonight? Oh, very welcome Power Bomb refill.
Absolutely, because now Maniacal doesn't really have to worry about finding Ice Beam.
That is true.
Although it would be nice.
Yeah, the two major things is A, 15 for Tori, and B, the ability to Crystal Flash.
Yeah. Although at this point, I don't see him having to use that Crystal Flash for anything.
All right, now Hataka is on the way to Village of Outcasts in Thieves Town. This is going to give him Gravity Suit. Might incentivize him to return to Super Metroid. But is still missing out on those flippers. Yeah, so just to get everybody on the same footing here, Maniacal needs to pick up Bow and Hookshot from Brintstar. Aussie just needs to pick up flippers from Paradox Cave. Hataka also needs to find flippers from Paradox Cave, and Ridley needs to go get Mirror out of Mini Moldorm Cave. That one is a bit of a concerning one, because that was an early spot that just got skipped.
Yeah, I'm giving Maniacal the edge for sure here, because coming out, if he decides to go ahead and do his Brindstar loop, which I don't see why he wouldn't, because he can full clear it quickly. These checks that Aussie and Hataka have done, these full clears of Pod and Eastern, might very well become go modes for Maniacal.
Very true, yeah, because Maniacal's going to try and hold off on those dungeons until Bo shows up. You know, they could do it out of Maniacal could do it out of logic with Lamp if need be. But, yeah, and there's the other green rupee in jail.
So what Spooky got? Just a reserve tank.
I think that's the first, if not second one we've seen tonight, and that's weird considering those are no longer considered junk items.
I believe that's the second one. There was one early, like in like Alpha Missiles or something.
That's the one.
All right, so Maniacal is done with Lower Norfair. He is out of there.
Yeah, at this point, I think the Bryn, I think Maniacal is, it would be in Maniacal's best interest for sure to do Brinstar, because if he does that, Pod, Swamp, and Eastern become wide open. Ice we can't do without Titan's Mitts anyway. Titan's Mitts Gomo would actually probably be best case scenario right now, because Titans locks out. Actually, Titans locks out Totorock at the very least. So you don't want to have to go dive TR looking for Kane. Not Kane, Fire Rod, for example.
Yeah, the only thing that I see really hurting Maniacal at this point is Mitts in Mire.
Oh, Sick Kid also had a reserve tank too. Alright, Maniacal's warped back to A Link to the Past via the business center. Let's see where he goes from here.
Well, Hera was firelocked.
Yeah, he might be doing Hera for the green pendant, which... Oh geez, if that's progression, we're gonna have a few words with the hospital after this race.
Yeah. or is he? Yeah,
he might be doing Spike
Hera
Cave.
may be into Spike Cave, or he's just doing Spike
He's
Cave.
doing Spike Cave first, yeah. Because that's perfectly doable with Kane, Blue Kane. And half magic, it really does take a lot of the pressure off. And Magic Bat, by the way, only had supers, so nothing of importance on the Helmasaur kill.
And nothing of importance in Spike Cave, just another big 20.
Alright, so let's see.
So that was Maniacal resetting. He's going to do his Brinstar loop now.
Most likely.
And he'll be the only one that could check, that will have checked criteria power bombs at this point.
That is true. That's our first. This is going to be our first case of a runner having the verticality necessary to reach there. Furthermore, Maniacal could also throw Waterway into the mix here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was kind of what he was after, was being able to do it all in a fell swoop, which is pretty good. If there's some progression here, anything, Fire Rod, Red Cane, anything like that, he's in great shape.
Absolutely, because the other runners probably won't be coming back to this area for some time, because Ridley and Aussie are just wrapped up clearing out Pod and Eastern, or Ridley wrapped up Pod and Eastern, but Aussie's going to finish Pod and Eastern before thinking about what to do next. Oh, looks like Maniacal is instead going to start by going to get Rex Ship.
Not a bad play. When he sees that screw attack, he's going to be like, okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Screw's going to make life easy for sure, although it'll be kind of too little too late, Maniacal's case.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. As everywhere that he really needed it is gone now.
We'll make the endgame a tad bit better. He's also going to be able to pick up the cape out of not Shaft Super's Rex Ship Reserve. Not that that really matters, but it might be nice later.
He may do it because he hasn't seen what's on Bumper Ledge yet.
True, although I don't think he hasn't actually been to Eastern for the other bottle yet, so might be interested in that bottle. Hitaka, meanwhile, is close to picking up that gravity suit. I'm actually very surprised Hitaka with Lamp in tow after this. I would be very surprised if he doesn't route in EDM with Hera after this.
Yeah. Now, once Hitaka does East Death Mountain, then he will, of course, be the first one fully equipped to do Swamp. Which I keep talking up Swamp. It might be trash, but we know as quickly as they would have had access to it had they gone in a certain order, I can't help but think that there's something in there.
If it's Kane in Swamp, then that would put Pyramid Fairy into logic, and Pyramid Fairy, if you could believe it, could very well have Titan's mitts. Who's ready for that conundrum?
What's the other red crystal?
Meyer. Getting into yeah, we can go through the entirety of Meyer without mitts. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's another situation that would kind of put a dampener on Maniacal, who I think is in a pretty good lead right now.
Yeah, although nobody is going to think, if that ends up being the case, no one's going to want to think it's Pyramid Fairy. But there's Gravity Suit for Hitaka. But yeah, if it is Kane and Swamp to mitts on Pyramid Fairy, that's going to be nuts. We haven't really had, and the craziest thing is we haven't really seen a lot of hard mode type shenanigans so far. So this will be one. It won't end up being hard for execution, but it will be hard for nonsense needed to do to get the seed done.
All right, so Maniacal is heading towards that X-ray scope. Hitaka has defeated Blind. Ridley has defeated Dragon. And Aussie is on his way to completing Eastern.
Ridley nailing the gravity jump to get out of Dragon's room. And we're only plasma beam away from microwave strats in Maniacal and I want to say Aussie's case. Because I don't think our other runners went for Spiky Room of Death.
I don't think there's anything left for Maniacal to microwave.
Unfortunately, no. But, yeah, in Aussie's case, there's really nothing left to microwave either besides the gold pirates. It's very nicely version 11.2 gives us that refill room in the back of Gold Torizo's lair. Oh wait, that's not the that wasn't the room SP really just came out of. That was in Meridia. Never mind.
Maniacal using that screw attack to make short work of the attic there.
Yeah, I'm betting that Maniacal is deliberately trying to wait to go mode the remaining link to the... Well, granted, he also can't finish a good more than half of them right now, but he's waiting to try and go mode the rest of the Link to the Past. Or are we still on 11.1? I'm sorry if I got my numbers mixed up. I thought for some reason we were at 11.2. I must be thinking of another randomizer. Sorry, folks.
So Hitaka has his flute. Gonna finally get his grapple beam.
Oh, that's gonna make him annoyed.
Yeah, not something you want to see at 128 in.
Now, to be fair, Hitaka hasn't been to Meridia yet, so if he really wants to do the whole thing in one fell swoop, at least he'll be able to do the whole thing in one fell swoop. Hitaka's gonna
Now, one thing I'm also... Go ahead.
Alright, Hitaka's gonna go to Bamo's tablet, and you were saying?
One thing I'm still really interested in here on Maniacal's side is what is that waterway? Because that's going to be huge too. All of the other runners, I believe, have already passed that by. So that will be interesting for Maniacal if something's there.
Yeah, you really don't want to have to double dip waterway. Double dip for waterway if you don't have to. So right now, though, there's still plenty of options on the table before that. We still have the entirety of Swamp. And actually, come to think of it, we have the entirety of Swamp. We've basically now full cleared Super Metroid. Besides Waterway. Come to think of it, we are actually running out of checks. And I never thought I'd say that 90 minutes into what has been a really spread out seed.
Yeah, well, let's see. They've got
Ice
they've got the top of Meyer. They still have Hera and the green pendant from Hera.
Fair. We do
have
everything
Swamp.
Except everything except Vidian Meyer. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot left. And again, as long as we're in a mid-sco mode, again, that's probably the best case scenario because you don't want to have to go looking for Fire Rod and Total Rock.
Yeah, no.
It's like, do you want to have a bad time? Meanwhile, Hitaka...
Okay, so you're saying the same thing I was going to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, you beat me to it, so go ahead.
Hitaka fixing to get his flippers, and if he keys in on Swamp, that'll at least shut me up about it because I'm dying to know what's in there.
I'm on the same boat with you there, too. Oh, yeah, and actually, look at this. Ossie's right behind him. So we may be seeing a simultaneous swamp dive here. Excuse me for a moment.
Go right ahead. So Ridley with a reset. And Maniacal finding out that there's nothing in the back of Gauntlet. He's going to pick up this full heart. And then he'll do his Brinstar run. Going to be interesting to see if either Hitaka or Aussie does Hera. And Ridley checking the left sand pit. We know he's not going to find anything of any value there.
Okay, what'd I miss?
Really nothing.
Alrighty.
Hitaka is coming into Hera just like Aussie is.
Alright, so is going to pick up that the third sword, actually, and be able to finish the dungeon. He's thinking about it. He's bailing. Gonna be perfectly honest.
Aussie is not.
Ooh, he's gonna Herapod. Gonna be a little fancy, are we? Depends on if that second item is in the big chest.
Maniacal, meanwhile, is doing his Brinstar cleanup, and man, he's going to be glad he did this.
Yeah, being perfectly honest, I don't agree with this play to skip out on on the other item in Hera, because that's 2 items you're skipping out on. You're missing a significant amount of progression for Go Mode right now. You're missing 3 items.
Yeah, you got 2 plus the green pendant here. I don't, at this point, is it really worth the skip? All right, there's one of his items. We'll find out here directly.
The other item was the sword, so Hera's cleared out. We just need to get the green pendant.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So, luckily you could skip the big key this time around, but let's see how this plays out. I think, though, Hitaka is going to be our first to swamp. I think now...
this is going to be big.
Yeah, right now I think the worst 2 things that can be found at once in here are mitts plus boots, because that opens up a lot. That opens up the rest of Desert, because we are still missing an item in there somewhere. It opens up King's Tomb, which we've left out for a bit, and Bonk Rocks. So yeah, I think right now
Yes.
boots are probably the worst thing you can find in here. Titans not too far off. I think right now Hitaka wants to find Fire Rod and Kane the most.
So I see heading for that nothing in Spike Cave. Maniacal is doing cleanup. Maniacal and Ridley both doing things he's already seen. So right now, focus on Hitaka with the new checks. Oh, but wait, Maniacal is doing Waterway, which is also kind of crucial here.
Yeah, Maniacal's gonna... That's basically our last sort of unknown here for Super Metroid, all things considering, because we have seen just about everything else. And it is the Silver Arrows. Ooh, that's... It's not a game breaker, but it's definitely something Maniacal wants to see.
It is, but now we're looking at a situation where what's in Swamp? Because if it's like you said, if you get like Red Cane and you're doing Pyramid Fairy from Mitts, that's going to hurt Maniacal a little bit.
Yeah, Silvers, I mean, they're great for Vidi, but... Yeah, other than... Actually, Silvers, in Maniacal's case, could still actually pack quite a punch, considering that he's still got to do, looks like, Pod, Swamp, and Mire. All three bosses of which are very easily dealt with Silvers. What's next here for Hitaka? It is the big key. Okay, good. We don't have to go hunting for that and maybe go back after the back room. Ooh, might makes a good point. We may have to double dip Mire, like say, actually, wait a minute. How, like Mitt in Mire to Kane somewhere else in a Mitzlock check. And then
like
back
somewhere
to Mire.
Like Hammer Pegs or something.
For Fire Rod on
like that.
Yeah, for Fire Rod on Pyramid Fairy. Alright, so what Hitaka is setting up here is a trick we call Diver Down. What this is a trick where Hitaka will essentially slide through the railing here in order to get a water walk in Swamp Palace. In doing so, he can pick up the flooded key. Like this. Question mark? Ooh, it was looking good. Oh, there he goes. Took him a second, but he got it.
The rusty key.
It's a miracle that key still works after being flooded.
Maniacal has a... Yeah, how has Maniacal got Eastern down?
I think that was a...
Thank you.
Yeah. That was already just getting cleared up in chat. What does Left Side Swamp have for us tonight? It looks like Red Rupee and... Let's see... Oh, no. No, game... Well, actually, no. It's okay, it's okay. None of the remaining items we need can be on Trinex anyway. It's perfectly fine.
That's true.
Yeah, because Mitts can't be in TR. The only thing that could be in TR that could be a pain in the backside right now is Fire Rod. That's it. And even then, that can't be on Trinex.
So now I'm wondering if Maniacal is just going to go ahead and kill Mother Brain at this point.
He may. That is a play we see runners do a lot lately in these weeklies, if it's painfully obvious that Super Metroid's just about done. And really, Maniacal has the majority of the equipment necessary to just go ahead and finish this up. But yeah, no, it's
Nope.
we can safely rule out Ice Rod being important for any reason whatsoever. Let's just get that concern off the table now before I get roasted. Wow, this is a surprisingly barren Swamp Palace. I think.
Yeah, it has not.
I don't even know
It has not been forthcoming.
I don't think the boss even has an item. So I think we're down to Green Pendant or Mire. And that's bad.
Ridley, meanwhile, heading down to Crocomire.
Was there anything good back here? I don't remember there being anything of extreme note besides high jump.
Maniacal picked up something. Maniacal picked up something here.
I mean, there was Lamp and Crumble Tower. Was it bombs that were back here?
Yeah, I think it was.
No,
bombs.
that was Cathedral. That was Cathedral.
Oh, that's right. What was it he found?
I remember it was something.
Oh, never mind. Maybe it was nothing.
I just can't remember what it was. Oh no, that's when we had the Ice Rod prediction kerfuffle. That's right. Hammer Pegs and Purple Chest are both out of play until we get Titan's Mitts.
Oh wait, I think it was just Wave Beam that he found.
That's the one.
And unfortunately, Ridley doing Croc first does not yet have Speed Booster, which would make this or bombs, which would make this a lot quicker.
Yeah, right now, Aussie stands in a position to possibly get a leg up if he chooses to turn around and go for Green Pendant sooner rather than later, because Hitaka's going to go do Meridia, which is going to get him his Various Suit at the very least, and Charge Beam. But that's all it's going to get him.
Excuse me for a minute. I'll be right back.
Surely. Yeah, now Maniacal is going to full clear Pod and Eastern, and this is one of the sort of problems we've had now suddenly with this widespread seed, is that progression has been scattered. The way I would describe this seed is scattered but accessible, where everything is everywhere and immediately available, because Dark World Access was in 13 minutes. Hammer was free, it was on the moat. Hook and Bow were free, so Pod and Eastern were a cakewalk. You have all the tools for Swamp nice and early, all things considering. So yeah, we've reached a scenario where we've had so much on the table for so long, but the problem is that none of it has led to an immediate go mode, so everybody is full clearing everything, looking for everything. Unfortunately, everything is everywhere. And it doesn't help that this was a barren swamp, all things considering. I'm starting to, and I'm sure chat would like to see it too. I'm thinking Pyramid Fairy is getting close to being required at this rate. So yeah, these runners may be on cue. They're already going to be on cue for a bad time, considering that we are down to Green Pendant or Early Mire as our progression. And to clarify with chat, Pedestal has already been confirmed as a missile. They had Book in the Sanctuary, so that was quickly yeeted off the table for our runners. But yeah, we have basically exhausted all of our Super Metroid and most of our accessible Link to the Past checks. Now we're just waiting for somebody to make the call to go for the one-off or two-off locations. Aussie, meanwhile, is going to pick up Tempered Sword off Pyramid Ledge. Alright, what's Aussie doing now? Oh, he's going to turn the green pendant. Good spot to do it. And we shall see. Were you required to go visit Crumble Tower before progressing further into the seed?
All right, so what have I missed?
Nothing really. Everybody's just clearing everybody else's checks, but Aussie over here is going to be turning in the green pendant. So we will see if Crumble Tower it was ultimately the way forward. And yes, sir, it was.
Wow.
Kana Samaria on... Oh, we could absolutely have Pyramid Fairy Fire Rod, or we can have Pyramid Fairy have Fire Rod and Titan's Mitts right now. That would be insane. The nice thing, though, is Kane only gives us Back of Mire. That's all it gives us. So honestly, that's one of the best things Aussie could have found right now. Unfortunately, for Aussie to get to Mire, he's got to go all the way around the hard way. And that's going to be bad news for everybody else, because everybody else, I think, including Ridley for that matter, everybody went to Hera to pick up the sword, but that's all they picked up. And then they noped right out.
Yeah, this is one of the things I was worried about for Maniacal, because now he not only has to think to go back and get that green pendant and turn it in, he's got to backtrack all the way back through Lower Norfair to get to Mire.
Which, to be fair, in Aussie's defense, he's got to do that anyway, because Ridley's still on his to-make bucket list. So he's going to ultimately end up routing this in quite efficiently. It's just unfortunate that it took until the hour 50 mark for us to for him to finally get on this path.
Yeah.
And he also just picked up Lamp, so now he's back in logic for that matter. Not entirely sure what he's doing right now. It seems like he's damaging down intentionally? I'm very intrigued by this this maneuver here. It seems deliberate. I'm just very curious to know why this is. Oh, setting up a death warp perhaps? Well, he ain't death warping out of that. The suits go right back on. Oh, nope. Still electing to take the damage. He might be thinking about Crystal Flash clipping somewhere. He's damaging down to a very specific set of health here. Yeah, this has to be a Crystal Flash clip setup.
To what?
It's a good thing everybody else is thankfully not checking anything spectacular right now, because this gives... Oh, he's got to burn his reserves too, probably, because he's got like 118 in the reserve tank. It's a good thing everybody else isn't checking anything significant right now, because this is at least giving us time to analyze what is happening here. Okay, yeah, Ossie's gonna get the bombs. And Ridley's gonna dive... I thought it was gonna dive Meyer without Kane, but no, he's gonna check Big Bird. I hope Ossie's not doing this just to screw with us.
At this point, I have no clue what that could be for, except to screw with us.
Surely he'll be more than happy to enlighten us in the interview. And now he's getting a full energy refill, so whatever he was planning, I guess didn't work out. Maybe he forgot he just picked up high jump boots. I think he was setting up to do a special jump to get up that ledge. After Cathedral. Or after... right near Cathedral. But with high jump boots, now you don't have to worry about it. I think he maybe muscle memoried for a second and didn't realize he had access to that spot. But even still, he was still setting it up after high jump, so...
Yeah, I think he was just in, like you said, it was muscle memory. He was in autopilot mode there, doing what he had already planned to do.
So yeah, it could be either or, honestly.
Either that or he was fixing to reveal some new tech and decided to keep it to himself.
Aussie would be the one to do that. He's already patented quite a number of spectacular tricks that we have seen in this combo randomizer. Yeah, because Aussie's famous for a couple of tricks. The Moldorm bounce is one of them. The short charge baby skip is another one that we've seen him do once before in a practice. Alright, Ataka's just picked up that Varia suit, so now Ataka could finish full clearing Super Metroid. Besides the speed booster checks, unless he picks that up first. Alright, Aussie's got speed booster now, so... yeah, Aussie's just about ready to wrap up his Super Metroid game. This is a route I'm not...
He's going to be able to go into that all-important mire.
This is not a route
because we're really wondering. Huh?
This is a route I'm not familiar with.
Oh, this is the... that's the way you go when you go, quote-unquote, new... the any percent new route. When you go down to Ridley before you go to Kraid, that's the route you take.
Okay. Aussie flawlessly nailing the gravity jump there. And Hitaka is going to go ahead and check Tool. The intended route from Bubble Mount to Wave. Oh, so he's actually pulling vanilla game strats. Okay. Reverse vanilla game strats. Oh yeah, because that was Wave Beam where speed came out of. That makes sense, actually. It's just that I've never seen that particular route taken because usually everybody doesn't get there in a combo randomizer seed.
Yeah, Sub-Zero, he's looking a little puny on that, ain't he?
No, I think he's doing okay. So he's just trying to get the magic pixel here and blast away at Big Bird.
Okay, so Hitaka's going to get the bad news. Ridley is taking on the Ninja Pirates, got those taken care of, and headed to his namesake.
And Maniacal, meanwhile, is going to finally dip this ultimately barren swamp. Yeah, because that Ice Rod is not going to do him any favors right now. We know Trinex can't have progression anymore.
Unless, and I just want to point this out, unless boots are on Trinex and the GT Big Key is on the torch.
That is the one case that could throw everybody off, but the only case that could throw everybody off. And we'd like to welcome the raiders joining from the main Speed Gaming channel, and I think we actually also had a raid semi-recently from SG3. Our apologies for missing out on you folks for a bit. Welcome to the Monday nightly weekly race of the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer. Things have started to get a little spicy for our runners. There is required progression on the green pendant, which is in Tower of Hera, and that was locked behind a dip to Crumble Tower for the lamp, as Hera was fire locked. So far, Aussie 101 is the only runner to go all the way in Hera, while everybody else kind of bailed out after grabbing the sword in the front door.
Ridley heading to Ridley. Hitaka has found out that Plasma has nothing for him. Maniacal is doing Mire, which we know is pretty much barren wasteland. Aussie is going to find out that he can't go any farther in desert without boots. Was
yeah,
a red pendant?
Desert was a pendant, yes.
Okay.
And Aussie knows that Pet's dead.
The red cane was on green pendant at Sahasrara.
Yeah, and we've now full cleared Super Metroid at this point, so Red Cane only unlocks one check right now, and that's Vitreous, and by extension, 2 more on Pyramid Fairy. And here we go. Aussie 101 is finally making the dive. I'm just utterly shocked that Swamp was barren, given how early the game was screaming at us to go there.
Yeah.
Because we had Dark World access at like 13 minutes, knowledge of Dark World at 13 minutes in, with Mirror being free and Flippers being in East Death Mountain, which was effectively free with that Mirror. So Granted, all things considering, if Pyramid Fairy is required, then the game screaming Swamp Palace at us early does still make sense.
Oh,
Oh no!
taking a death.
I do not remember when his last save was.
So we have. Go ahead.
It's in Norfair, he's fine.
So we have our first item in Mire, which is a bottle.
I think that's our third bottle. And it's also a God Mire. Go figure, you know?
All right, Hitaka picking up his bombs. And Aussie, I guess.
He's being gutsy.
I can see doing this.
Yeah, he's going straight for Vidi, doesn't want to do the rest of the dungeon. If it turns out the other item is on Vidi, then great. If it's not progression, then it's on Pyramid Fairy. Have fun! The only problem is, Aussie's going to hold off on Pyramid Fairy right now because he's going to finish Norfair first. Because this is pretty much the only way you can get to Norfair right now. To Ridley specifically. Without having to go all the way around Super Metroid again.
Yeah, he's gambling that other item is on Vitreous. If it's not, you'll see him go ahead and clear the top before he goes back into Norfair. What would Monaco do? Skip left side?
I think he's about to do Diver Down, but he flooded the key. Oh, no, he's, I think he... No, he's just getting in the beginning of the dungeon.
Oh, he was further in there than that. Yeah, he skipped left side.
Oh, he skipped left side. Yeah, he's going to go back.
That gold
Butter
sword just
kind.
making.
Chat brings up a good point. Something we've been neglecting is that if Titan's Mitts is our next item, that also opens up Ice Palace, which we currently can't do much in because we're still kind of missing Fire Rod and Urbanos.
What was on Vidi there?
A key.
Oh, okay. So Aussie will be going back in and doing the top, I would assume. No.
Aussie.
Of course he's.
I do not agree with this.
Nope. Because if it's mitts, or anything that leads to mitts, if it's boots, you know, which lead to mitts, anything like that.
Yeah, right now they ideally would still want to see a Mitts Go mode because again, it locks out Ice, it locks out TR, it just locks out all the really bad locations right now where Go mode could be hiding.
Oh, mushroom. God, that's evil.
We're actually still one fetch quest item short too, Minami points out. We still haven't seen Mushroom.
All right, now what's interesting here is Maniacal is running out of things to do.
Yeah, he's full cleared Swamp.
He's got Pod and Eastern down. He's full cleared Super Metroid, basically. So he's about to get pushed to Hera, I believe.
I think so, but I don't understand why he's going to Village unless he's just sweeping by Graveyard Ledge and Bumper Ledge.
He never did the front of Skull Woods, I don't think.
Might not have.
So Ridley is taking on Ridley again. Hitaka is heading down to Crocomire, and Aussie is right behind Ridley. Now, we know that they're not going to find anything here in Lower Norfair that's going to be progression on the way out.
Yeah, and this is just one of the things that's so painful to see as a volunteer or reviewer, is that we know what needs to be done, but the problem is, and I was saying this while you had stepped away, everything is everywhere. So because Go Mode is not so easily accessible, they're going to full clear all the areas where the progression is being spoon-fed to them before they can finally start getting a move on.
See, the thing was, I was watching Aussie chase Maniacal down, and pretty much I had about started to give the edge to Aussie. If that Meyer skip comes back to bite him, that's he gave away what he gained on Maniacal there.
For sure. Yeah, because right now we're down to last item in Meyer and Pyramid Fairy. That is it. That is it. No matter how you slice it, the seed is going downhill fast.
We're a little bit over the 2-hour mark, and we just want to say thank you for joining us on Speed Gaming 2. I'm Ancient Gamer. You can call me AG. Oh, thanks. That's cool. My co-com is Captain MD13. Tracker's mine to me. We appreciate you joining us tonight for this race. SMZ3, Hard Logic. It's had some twists and turns, hasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of twists and turns. Not really much in the way of hard logic stuff. Like certainly no Hell Runs or Gravity Suitless Meridia. Those are the two big ones that everybody always thinks about. But really, we haven't seen anything hard trick-wise that's been too crazy. The seed itself, though, has been... the way I would describe it is scattered but accessible, because all of our progression items have been accessible very early. The problem is they're literally spread out across every corner of the world. Because we've had, for example, look at Kane of Samaria. That was behind Lamp and Crumble Tower to Green Pendant Hera, which granted those two aren't too far away from each other, but then Kane is on the Green Pendant. Then we had two items in Brinstar. We had Mirror and Mini Moldorm. We had Flippers and Paradox. Dark World access was pretty free.
Here goes
Gravity was in...
Sorry, go ahead.
Gravity was in Thieves Town Big Chest. Varia was in Meridia Watering Hole. And
have not been found yet.
Yeah, and so everything is everywhere, basically.
Monaco, did you forget you have Mirror?
I hope not.
He never checked the bottom of...
Okay.
Well, I know he checked the top.
Yeah, he definitely checked the top. He couldn't have been able to do Swamp without it.
Now, what?
I have no idea why he would skip that, unless it was just, again, an autopilot muscle memory hiccup. I've never seen that before, too.
Oh, he's never done the back of us. He's never done Zelda's Escape. Or Uncle?
Oh, this is painful to watch. Because, yeah, Maniacal basically tried to skip as much of the early game as possible. And
he headed the mountain out
back in.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I was just saying, yeah, trying to rush the mountain very early and then get Moon Pearl, which led him to the Dark World so fast. Because I think Maniacal was one of the first people to pick up Hammer.
He was. when he started out on the mountain, I was like, okay, well, he's heading to Hera now. You know, I find it amazing that he did those two checks, and never mind.
Yeah, it's like we're so close. It's like we know we've known what had to be done for borderline 40 minutes now. But no runner wants to just make the walk. And the other thing is, Aussie wants to clear Norfair out because, given there's no Mitz and nice blue suit. Given that Mitz and General Meyer access from Link to the Past are nowhere to be found, there's really no convenient way to get back to Super Metroid, to this section of Super Metroid from A Link to the Past. So Aussie's gonna full clear this first. This is gonna be a very interesting interview.
Yes, it will. Okay, so Hitaka has defeated GT. Ridley is doing his Bubble Mountain checks, and when he finds the speed booster and all that, he's going to be a little perturbed. And Hitaka heading out now to the Meyer area, which he will be able to enter now. I guess Hitaka is going to give us that info about Aussie Skip that we needed, I'll guess, unless he does the same thing.
That would actually be a very big problem if that is Fire Rod or Titan's Mitz, because that is going to lead Hitaka miles away from Hera. Unless Mitz, maybe not so much, but Fire Rod especially is going to lead Hitaka miles away from Hera. Depending on if Hitaka uses those Mitz to go to Ice, which he actually can't do anyway, or Dark Death Mountain.
And see, now Maniacal getting that grapple. Don't do it, Maniacal. Don't do it.
Chad brings up a good point. Fire Rod isn't the worst thing in the world. It would only put Skullwoods into play, because, again, we're still waiting on Mitz.
Don't do it, Maniacal. You're doing it, Maniacal.
I thought Maniacal already checked Shag Tool, but no, he must have not. I think he's actually the only runner now that I think about it who hasn't checked Shag Tool.
Yeah, probably gonna go and save at the bottom of the tube and then hit up X-Ray and perhaps Shack.
For anyone wondering about Ice Rod, it was in the Swamp Palace left side swamp.
Yes, and the only way that Ice Rod is necessary is if boots are on Trinex and the GT big key is on the torch. And I don't even want to consider that at this point because damn.
Ice Palace also needs Mitz, because you have to lift up a heavy rock in front of the portal in front of Ice, so... Not to mention we don't have an advanced fire source to get in there anyway.
True.
Okay, Aussie, you do realize you've picked up the green pendant already, right?
He never did. Okay.
Spiral Cave.
Spiral Cave. And Maniacal checking X-Ray here.
Yeah, by the way, Ridley finally just got his mirror.
Oh, good for him. Just now doing 214 in, we got... Wow, this has been something else. That divergence.
I mean, if that is one thing I can credit the seed for, is it has promoted a ton of divergence, which has led to so much stuff happening early, but now we look at late game and we've basically been in sort of a we kind of know what to do mode for the last 45 minutes.
Okay, so here we go. This is Aussie doing Pyramid Fairy.
right now, best case scenario is if Fire Rod and Titansmiths are both here. If they're both here, then they're in Fire Rod go. Actually, no. Fire Rod and hold on. Yeah, Fire Rod and Mitts. That's all he needs. If they're both here, great. If not, oh dear. Yeah, because at this point, Showcase Showdown was nothing, so Space Jump isn't locking anything. And not to mention, the Super Metroid game is pretty much over for Aussie, so... Although Aussie has not... I don't think Aussie killed Ridley. Actually, no, he did. I remember seeing him kill Ridley. Very quickly, mind you. Alright, moment of truth. What is in Pyramid Fairy? Space Jump and the Titans Mitts.
Oh.
That is basically worst case scenario right now. We are in a Fire Rod Go mode. Oh, this is so painful because there are so many Titans Mitts checks. Aussie, you don't have an advanced fire source. What do you... Did he pick up maybe Fire Rod or a medallion? What? I think he just... Wrong rod! I'm sorry, that was kind of funny. Also decided to mirror 2 feet from the front door. Apparently, according to his own chat, he thought he had Vamos. Oopsie! Yeah, we're gonna have to trash him for that in the interview.
He's doing the Death Mountain checks.
I mean, the density honestly is here, because the only place that is locked out right now is ice. That's it. And the last item in desert, but right now, there's, it's just down to Fire Rod.
And I have not seen what Hitaka has picked up.
I don't think we've seen the second item in Meyer just yet, but if this is Fire Rod, that's going to be a big, big problem for Aussie.
Oh, big chest. We've got the big chest left. It must be there.
Oh my god, really? You didn't even check the hospital's closet, and you did Eastern?
And also that one on the spikes. One behind the blocks.
Okay.
Oh, and Maniacal is heading to Hera now.
Yeah, he's got... I mean, everybody's gonna have to do this. There's no two ways about it. That's the last key. So
Gotta be on this little chest behind the blocks.
Yeah, this has to be the last item. And it's a pack of supers.
Whoa.
Plasma in Hookshot Cave. Quake in Hookshot Cave. Fire Rod in Hookshot Cave. Ladies and gentlemen, all it took after that was go to Hookshot Cave, and Aussie 101 is in go mode at 2:19:05. The worst case scenario and me getting roasted by Mind of Me has now been avoided.
So let's see, he's got Skull Woods and what to do? Ice?
Yeah, Skullwoods and Ice, which are both fantastic dungeons, thankfully, to go mode, thanks to Icebreaker. This is just nasty.
It is. It's nasty. And I feel a little bad for Maniacal because I really believed at the beginning he was miles ahead with what was going on, but this is what killed him right here.
Yeah, and Hitaka as well is in the same boat, because Hitaka was in the same area and just decided to waltz right by after picking up the sword.
Yeah, and when Maniacal sees this red cane, he's going to realize he's got to go all the way back through Lower North Fair.
Yeah, because that is hard required, because Mitts were behind Meyer. So yeah, while not necessarily a hard mode, actually I think that gravity jump lava dive was. Oh no, you could. Yeah, that gravity jump lava dive was pretty much hard required to get to. Was pretty much required to get to Lower Norfair because Space Jump was behind Pyramid Fairy, which was behind Meyer, and Titan's Mitts were behind Pyramid Fairy. So. And wow, did you see a boss? Ossie's already done with Skull Woods.
Yeah, well, gold sword, fire rod, and half magic. That makes that kind of,
You know, it's a good thing Butter Sword actually works on this boss here.
Yeah, glad they fixed that.
Yeah, a little fun fact for those who may not be familiar with Vanilla Link to the Past. The way that Butter Sword is set up is that Butter Sword is meant to deal the same damage that spikes do if you throw a spike into enemies, which is a lot, by the way. But Mothula was coded to be immune to spikes, which unfortunately means in Vanilla he's coded to be immune to Butter Sword, which, to be fair, you're not supposed to be able to get Butter Sword by that point in the game anyway. But should you, you're going to have to use the hammer or fire rod.
Pro tip, use the fire rod.
Yeah, it's either 8 fire rod hits or 4 hammer slams.
Unless you can get above him. If you can get above him, hammer him.
Certainly. Oh, you can get Butter Sword before Moth without sequence breaking. Okay. Oh yeah, because you don't need, you don't necessarily need Fire Rod for Ice Palace. Yeah, so you could absolutely do that, because Ice Palace and Mire are usually the original 5/6s.
I believe the gravity jump is in logic. It would have to be because Space Jump was locked behind Meyer.
Yeah. Yeah, gravity jumps have to be allowed at this point, because IBJ wouldn't work, because the Namahe would snipe you out of the sky. Well, the lava, not really the sky, but you get the point. Aussie, why are you checking for stuff? You're in go mode. Oh, you know what? He might... Yeah, Ice Beam, Boots. God will and Boots will just fall on his lap in Ice Palace.
We still have that chance of GTB Key being on the torch.
I swear, if that's the case...
At this point would be hilarious.
It'd be hilarious, but it's going to be a bad day for me in the Discord after this, if that's the case.
Really? Well, there's your big key for ice. All right, so Maniacal is heading into Meyer.
Yeah, ultimately Maniacal is on the right path now. Oh, and so I'm being enlightened here that logic page indicates high jump, wall jumps, or gravity jump are both valid hard mode lower Norfair entries. So yeah, we had high jump from Ice Beam, so that explains where that key was. Ooh, and Ice was cane locked. Not that that matters, because Fire Rod was cane locked too. And that's Crystal 7, folks, so there's a guessing game we should probably start up right about now. There are 22 locations in the basement of Ganon's Tower, 21 chests, and 1 torch, which I sincerely hope is not the case tonight, by the way. So get your guesses in between 1 and 22 where you think that Ganon's Tower big key is going to be hiding.
Everybody's going 1 and 3. Give me 13.
And I had a feeling a lot of folks were going to say that.
All right, so Ridley is working his way through Swamp. Hitaka heading back across.
Yeah, he's basically done with Super Metroid now. He's going to go out through Business Center. He's probably headed back to Hera right now. That's where he should be. I would say you want a Hataka, but it's really you have to. Nice thing about non-TR being the 7th crystal is you got time to get your guesses in.
So Monaco going back in, and I understand why.
He's going for the second item. Which is unfortunately literally on the polar opposite end of the dungeon. Moment of truth.
That's pretty bad.
Don't be on the torch, don't be on the torch, don't be on the torch, don't be on the torch. Oh, thank God it's not on the torch.
Damn. So that's 1.
Yep, bootsless seed.
Check number 2, a big 20. Check number 3, a small key. Check number 4 coming up is a small key, and check number 5 is a big 20.
2 big 20s
because
and 2
balance,
keys.
a little feng shui.
Precisely. Alright, that was check number 6, which was an arrow upgrade. And answer question in chat, silvers were in Waterway. Nobody's getting those at this point. Besides Maniacal, who has them already. Seven missiles. It's going to be 8 through 11 here in the randomizer room, so aptly named because you literally only visited in a randomizer.
So 8 is Peebs, 9 is bombs, 10 is rupees, and 11 is a missile.
Well, if people was guessing 13, you might still get your wish at the big keys in the Hope Room. Come on, I gotta call something right tonight. There we go.
I win.
So 13 is our guess tonight, which means A, my partner nailed it, and B, who in chat nailed it? Nimono Solens nailed it tonight, so congratulations.
Yeah, nice job. I've only been saying 13 for like 3 years now. And I finally said it at the right time.
But yeah, so in a very lucky break for Aussie, the second item in Meyer wasn't required, and he just chose to finish up Tower of Hera first before anybody.
Yeah, Maniacal getting the bad news now. So, and Maniacal got to pick what to do next here because, you know.
Well,
so let's see where he heads.
The nice thing is Hookshot Cave is before Turtle Rock, so it wouldn't be a wise call to check Turtle Rock before Hookshot Cave.
I was wondering if maybe he might go the Smith route.
That could have been a possibility, but honestly, there's so many more items in Dark Death Mountain. You have Super Bunny, Hookshot, and that alone is 6 items, so by comparison to the 3 you get from Smith, Hammer Pegs, and Purple Chest.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes people take gambles.
Fair enough. And answer question, chat. Aussie Sprite, to my understanding, is the Team Fortress 2 Pyro. That was an interesting Kane setup there for Landmolds 2. Uh-oh. Hitaka's pulling out the bombs! And he's not... Cool Ritos don't look at explosions!
Not happy. Not happy at all.
Back to Meyer you go. I'm gonna have to sing that to him when he comes in the booth for an interview. Oh, I cannot wait.
Go mode.
Oh, I cannot wait for this interview.
Yeah, this is going to be something.
Because to be fair, the first dip through Hera nobody had lamps, so they couldn't no hookshot, because they all pretty much everybody went to the mountain before they did Super Metroid. Also, I should be paying attention to see if Aussie got lucky and found boots, but yeah, Aussie's gonna have some fun here. And... yeet! The patented Aussie 101 Moldorm bounce, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna laugh, by the way, if that's where boots actually are, in the Moldorm 2 chest. Can you imagine?
Doesn't really matter at this point, but yeah, I know what you mean. So, getting a double there, I think. Another double.
That looked a little dicey. Managed to get a triple double.
So Hitaka heading back for the Mire area. Maniacal taking on Mothula. Looks like Ridley is heading back towards Kakariko. And Aussie dropping down to take on the pig.
And Ganon's a little concerned about midnight snacks, which it is getting close to midnight here on the East Coast, so I might have to have one of those soon.
Yeah, we got pizza and wings earlier, so we'd have something on hand.
Ooh, that sounds really good. I'm very tempted to order from like Buffalo Wild Wings tomorrow or something, but through Grubhub. But I'm not going to. I don't want to do that just yet. Yeah, even without silver arrows, Buttersword makes this end phase a cakewalk. Although Aussie just got the very bad news that he had to leave Silvers behind in Brimstar.
I'm going to tell him exactly where they are.
No, but Brimstar is basically enough in Aussie's case to know it's pretty much Waterway. Because Aussie cleared Brimstar.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's going to know exactly where they were.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said the game doesn't tell you exactly where they are. My bad. And easy every time. Silverless Ganon, no big deal. Get your single G in chat for Aussie 101, because it's just a run to Super Metroid before this seed is finally over.
Looks like Ridley is heading for the Graveyard Ledge check, and as we know, that's not gonna help him any. You're gonna have to go to Hera, brother.
Yeah, Ridley's a bit behind because Mira was kind of late to the bandwagon for him.
Yeah. But I like Ridley. He's a good guy. There's no quitting him.
Yeah, no. All of these runners really are quite tenacious when it comes to trolley seeds like this. And even hard difficulty seeds where the seed can just make you force Fantoon with no energy tanks, you know?
Yeah, I know. Done a couple of them. Oh yeah, Cheesy. It was crazy trying to keep up with what everybody was getting.
Yeah, it's because, to recap as we start finally winding this seed down here, Dark World Access was at about the 13-minute mark. Morph Ball was Sphere 0 in CAC. Dark World Access was 15 minutes. Mirror and Hookshot were both Sphere 1 checks, pretty much. Mirror was actually Sphere 0 even. It opened up so many different places right away that everybody spread out. Unfortunately, with no sign of Ice Beam, every runner is going to have to kill the Metroids the hard way.
Not a problem, though. All those power bombs they have by now, no problem. Plenty of health as well.
Well, given that everybody's just about full cleared everything and everybody last location of the green pendant at this rate. Aussie could also get away with this fight without even having Charge Beam. But since he's got Charge Wave Plasma, he's in business.
Supers would actually be faster.
Yes, except for stand-up glitch. Which I assume Aussie's going to do because Charge Wave Plasma does 750. That's still pretty significant compared to adding Ice, which only adds another 150 to that.
Yeah, I mean supers would be faster to get you to the final phase.
It would, yeah.
Because the DPS is faster.
Yeah, it's way easier to fire 3 supers than it is to fire a charge shot after the other. Yeah, Aussie not even trying to do anything fancy with Baby Skip. And here comes another bomb. It's a good thing water bombs wouldn't be a thing until Twilight Princess. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the only game where water bombs are a thing. Wait until Hitaka gets Fire Rod out of Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, that's gonna be sweet.
Wait, no, Hitaka, where are you going? King's Tomb doesn't have anything, neither does Smith's.
He's not doing King's anyway.
Oh no, he can't do King's Tomb. Yeah.
So Hitaka gonna do the Smith chain, it looks like.
This is so painful.
But I mean, it's a valid check.
Surely.
You know.
I mean, up until 10 minutes ago, that is how I would describe the last hour, is just painful.
Yeah, it's been, yeah. Yes, it has been.
And Maniacal got big GT big key on the first chest. Saves a little time. I think he's still short on small keys, though, so he's going to go the other way.
Yeah, he just needs one.
And they're in Stalfos room anyway. Oh, there's Bloomerang. Not even trying stand-up glitch, Aussie. I'm very shocked by that.
At this point, he's not taking any chances. It's 243. He's worried somebody's going to snipe him at the end.
Yeah, this is still going to be a close to 245 seed, despite everything that's happened, but it's... If this were a spoiler log type race, this would have been so fast. Fire Rod was in Hookshot Cave. To answer your question, chat.
Yeah, so that whole Smith sequence trash. All right, and Ridley is making that move to Hera to get his green pendant.
Yeah, everybody's on the path now at this point, so it's only a matter of time. Excuse me for 1 second.
Right ahead. The baby. All right, so Aussie. Just some hyper beam shots and an escape away from wrapping this up. Ridley defeating Muldorm, who's not much trouble there with the weaponry he's got. Gonna get that green pendant. Hitaka, meanwhile, looks like they're gonna head over and get their portal this way. I cannot see Hitaka going into Turtle Rock before checking. Hookshot Cave and all that. So I don't see this being in. Well, he can't anyway because of Fire Rod. He can only go so far, but.
All right. One meme-worthy Skittles reference later, and we're on the Zeb's escape.
Yep. And Ridley getting his red cane. Now realizing he's got to go back through Lower Norfair. Sure, he's not happy about that.
Yeah, this was just a lot of back and forth for this last half, and it all could have been avoided if they went to Crumble Tower and then went back to Hera. But that is going to be it. Aussie 101 finishes in first place on Restream and first place overall with our official race time GG time of 2:46.07.
GG's to Aussie.
And Maniacal and Hitaka will both not be falling too far behind at this rate.
Yeah, Hitaka's just got to knock out Skullwoods and Ice. And Maniacal is at Moldorm too now, so.
Finally get to see what's in this last chin. Never mind. That's the first victim Moldorm's claimed all night. Only took 2 hours and 45 minutes. And we're joined in the booth by Aussie 101. Aussie, GG to you.
GG.
Was the map on Moldorm too. So yeah, how about that one?
Oh, that was pretty miserable going through that one.
Yeah, we basically described every point between the hour 20 and 2 hour 30 mark as painful because by that point everybody pretty much checked everything because of how wide open the seed was, and it just came down to the green pendant.
Yeah, the green pendant was a bit tricky because I didn't have a fire source when I did it, so I had to Herapot, and I don't know who else in the race would Herapot without boots.
Yeah,
at all.
The big thing is Hitaka had the same equipment. You two entered Tower of Hera at roughly the same time, but Hitaka decided to skip Hera Basement despite having Lamp.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a pendant, and going through the basement's really slow.
Yeah, but we'll just say there was visible frustration when Hitaka finally put the pieces together.
And even after I did Hera, I didn't know when I was going to turn in the green pendant because I'd already done Pod and Eastern. So the hunt for high jump kind of led me to turn that in before I did Lower Norfair, and that helped.
Yeah, actually, that's something we want to talk about. So take us through that Upper Norfair to Bubble Mountain thing you were doing, because it looked like you were setting up for a Crystal Flash of some kind even after picking up high jump.
Right, so this was the scenario for a really rare trick. Probably hasn't been done before on stream. But you can get into Upper Norfair without any movement items. And this is a seed where I needed Upper Norfair access by a movement item. And that's what I was looking for. So I was just setting up... what you do is you lay a power bomb. You get hit by a Nova. And then the reserves activate. And that runs out the timer on the power bomb. And that gives you an extra boost, and so you can get into Cathedral without any other items.
Fascinating.
So yeah, I was getting ready to set that up, and then I found high jump, and then I just wanted to do it anyway. But it's something that I don't do often. I mean, I don't do it ever. So I missed the cue. You have to manipulate the camera to get a good timing for the
I
Nova.
get you. Also, we gotta roast you a little bit for this. Waltzing into Ice Palace without an advanced fire source.
Yeah, I walked into Ice Palace. I thought I had bombos, because I wasn't really paying attention to my medallions.
Yeah, sorry. We had that was just something that we were just raising a lot of eyebrows on. Otherwise, though, really there's not much we can say about this seed other than, I guess the best way to describe it is accessible but widespread. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very widespread. Slow to get any progress.
Yeah, because Dark World access was super early, all things considering. It was like Sphere 1 Dark World, practically. Mirror was free, Hookshot was free.
Dark World access was behind like all of the early Super Metroid checks. Like,
pretty much,
realistically.
Yeah, Hammer was on Moat, Glove was in CAC, Moon Pro was in behind Morph Ball.
Yeah, Moon Pro was in high jump.
That's the one. Yeah, that was only locked behind Power Bombs and Morph Ball, so nothing spectacular there.
Yeah, like they're pretty easy to get to spots. Like Hammer and Moon Pro right next to transitions, really. But I full cleared all of it, looking for other things because it's so many items and didn't get anything.
Yeah.
And it just felt really bad, and then that set up the rest of the seed.
I mean, that pretty much describes everybody at this point, because pretty much everybody is last locationing, if not has last location their green pendant stuff already. Everybody's pretty much on the path on the restream. Maniacal's in Torian, Itaka's finishing up Ice, that's Crystal 7 for him, and then Ridley's doing Mire, which is going to give him Pat to Titan's mitts. Were you thinking potentially Fire Rod and Turtle Rock for a split second?
I mean, I was going to go into Turtle Rock if I could, but
yeah,
I was thinking Mountain.
I'm not even sure. We never actually saw what the TR medallion... Oh, apparently we did, and it was Quake. Never mind.
And Quake was in Hookshot Cave?
Yeah, so it was under the mat. You actually routed Mire fairly smartly. And managed to route that in with Ridley so that you didn't have to go all the way back around to, because everybody else dipped Mire, killed Ridley, didn't check Pyramid Fairy, and then had to go all the way back around, or actually no, the path was, no, they went to Mire area without Green Pendant, did Mire without Kane, or went to Ridley without Kane, then picked up Green Pendant and Kane off Sahasrara, then had to go all the way back around Norfair.
Yeah, I was feeling good about the Kane on Green Pendant. Wasn't expecting it at all. But what I didn't like was the high jump at Ice Beam leading to all the movement items in the game. So I don't know when people would have gotten those items, but it was likely before me.
Yeah, you were not the first to high jump, but since you were the first to Pyramid Fairy, you were the first to space jump. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Screw was in Wreck Ship, Spooky Missiles. That was pretty much free. Bombs were in Cathedral. That wasn't too pretty, because you could have done the Hell Run, because there were enough energy tanks lying around, but the game was probably expecting you to go to Meridia, get Varia, and then mosey on back.
Yeah, I just mean that high jump and speed in Upper North here.
Yeah,
Could
really.
have been gotten early.
Yeah, really. just pick your poison.
And then
But
yeah, no speed or boots for almost the entire scene.
Yeah, no
Not
clue
fun.
on boots. No clue on boots this seat. We don't know if they're just chilling on Trinex or something, or if they're in further right GT, or we don't know. We were dreaming up a worst case scenario where it was boots on Trinex for something on for GT Big Young Torch, because we were talking during the stream, and I was saying how, given Turtle Rock's dependent, and given how we still need so many items for Turtle Rock, it's probably not going to be required. Then we find Ice Rod and Swamp, and then alarm bells are starting to go off again, and that's when we're like, wait a minute, the only things that are left are Cane, Titans, and Fire Rod, and you need all three of those to get to... Trinex, so at least it can't be that bad. And then Ancient Gamer over here reminds me, wait a minute, boots on Trinex to GT Big Key, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to hear it.
My guess for GT Big Key was not 1, so I went left first. Instead of my usual right first, where it would have been 1. So that was fun.
Thank you for not going right first, because for the first time in 3 years, I guessed correctly on the number.
Yeah, AG guessed 13, so worked out.
13 Hope Room.
Yeah, like he said, it came down to the green pendant. We really thought that Maniacal was in the driver's seat for what, say the first hour or so, because the way Maniacal routed, he was picking up everything that he needed. But when you turned in that pendant and it was Red Cane, that just really set things apart, because Maniacal basically did everything else before going to Hera. Even double back to check Shaq. Maniacal did not get his grapple beam at the beginning when he got the shovel, so he went through Meridia without doing the Shaq check and all that. Double back and carried all those checks before he even went back to Death Mountain and checked the bottom of Paradox, but didn't go into Hera at that time. Left and wound up having to come back.
Yeah, basically by about the hour 30 mark, because of how spread out everybody was, you basically all collectively full cleared Super Metroid by the 90-minute mark, and so we realized, okay, by this point, we are down to the one item in Mire you skipped, Pyramid Fairy, or Waterway, which was later discovered to be Silver's. But because nobody wanted to dip Hera, it just ended up being that the seed ended up going closer to 3 hours instead of 2. Yeah.
Well, Hataka is heading up the gauntlet. Ridley is about to go get his Fire Rod, and Maniacal about to GG this thing.
Alright, that is going to do it for Maniacal, I believe. Yep, he is going to finish second place on Restream, and this is going to be good for third overall on Restream with an official SRL time of 2:59.02. Neaterific took second place with an official race time GG time of 2:57.41.
Oh, GG to Nito.
Yeah, Maniacal actually put off Brinstar especially. It effectively tried to Brin skip this seed, but you really couldn't do that because Bow and Hookshot were both practically staring you in the face in there. So no luck on that front, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't guess they have a spoiler log on this thing, so we won't know where boots are at.
Yeah, I don't think race ROMs have a spoiler log. But yeah, now Ridley's about to enter go mode. Luckily, right in time to not have to do Turtle Rock.
Yeah. And there it is.
And
Ridley is in.
Alright. We welcome Maniacal to the booth. GG to you.
Hey, thanks. GG.
So, how do you want to talk about that one?
I did it faster than I did the one from yesterday, so that was good. The one from yesterday got me pretty good, too. I've had a pretty bad run of it lately. I was just very, very late to the green pendant. Wanted to dive Hera early, and then basically last location, the second item out of Hera, or third, I guess. And it turned out that way. But I imagine that green pendant wasn't really high on most people's lists, so felt good about the Super Metroid route. Felt good about following the pieces that I had and delaying Brinstar. Ultimately didn't really pay off, but was really glad to see that I didn't miss out on like boots in somewhere really easy or mitts somewhere really easy early. So I didn't feel too bad about it.
Yeah, delaying Brinstar ultimately, I wouldn't say worked out in your favor, but didn't inhibit you that badly, considering Hookshot was only locking one of the Pyramid Fairy keys, essentially.
I mean, Hookshot was locking both, wasn't it?
Well, yes, both, technically.
Because Meyer and Swamp were the 5-6, right?
Yeah, but you were able to still do a ton of other things before before having to do that. I mean, so you were able to at least clear out other things while you were waiting to come back to Brinstar. Yeah, literally everybody's last path was basically the last location green pendant.
Yeah, and so it was just a matter of how efficiently you cleared out the stuff before, and I left some kind of weird loose ends, not being super thorough early, and so that ultimately didn't work out great, just because I had to go and clean all of it up. But I didn't get punished too hard by any one thing, so I felt like, you know, my time wasn't complete garbage on this. It seemed fine.
Yeah, all things considering, the seed really didn't have a troll location per se, besides I guess the green pendant and pyramid fairy both being requirement, but the methods to be able to access those were like practically almost immediately available. The problem was everything else is scattered all about every other corner of the world.
Yeah.
So
Upper Norther was hilarious, honestly, with high jump boots being progression to Bubble Mountain through Cathedral, and then locking like Spring Ball and bombs, and like that was really funny to me.
Yeah, that's something that happens from time to time. Movement item locking all the other ones.
Yeah, like I got Gravity, took it to Backdoor Meridia, got Varia, said, okay, well, all that does right now is Ice Beam area. Like, I can't do anything else in Upper Norther, but I'm going to go at least dig that out and just follow the breadcrumb there. And then it was Lamp, and I was going to chase Lamp, and then it was high jump boots at actual ice, and I just laughed.
I wouldn't consider Varia a breadcrumb in hard mode.
Yeah, I mean, it made me more interested in going that way, but yeah, I mean, that was sort of all Meridia gave me.
True.
So I was just like, well, you know, it's not great, but it was easy enough to leave Meridia that way, doing back to front, and just clip the tube and go down the elevator and see what was hanging out at ice.
I made the mistake of going up to Red Tower thinking I hadn't done those checks yet when I had. So I missed out on an easy Ice Beam area check.
Yeah, I did Red Tower pretty much immediately because I only had 5 power bombs, and so I went right down Red Tower. got Hammer at Moat, and then just went right for Death Mountain. Dipped into Hera, felt good about leaving with just my sword from the lobby chest, and was like, okay, I'm going to put Hera off and hopefully never come back here. And then obviously ended up back there.
I started out with a crate area first, so I had some extra
Mhm.
power bombs, and that led me to Brynloot.
Okay, so you broke up to Death Mountain to enter?
Yeah, I
Okay.
had early shovel, and so I went
Okay.
Grove into CAC.
Yeah,
and
I
Grove
was
Grove.
I was incredibly late to shovel. So I had to go back. I'd isolated X-Ray and Shack Tool, so I was able to fork them with the tube save. But yeah, those were my last two locations in Super Metroid because I was really late to shovel. I had Uncle left very late.
Yeah, I did the Uncle start, and then Trees had bombs.
Yeah.
So I did escape.
Yeah, but
And then I took my grapple and prioritized X-ray and wreck ship,
okay.
and got nothing for it.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing. Was a lot of Super Metroid opened up. I put Wreck Ship off going down Red Tower because I got the hammer, and then found Gravity Suit and was like, all right, I'm going to go do Meridia, got Varia, and so took Gravity Varia High Jump and like cleared out Upper and Lower Norfair before I got back up to Wreck Ship.
Yeah, one other area that was really screaming at you guys early was Swamp Palace, because everything, you had all the keys practically within Sphere 1 or 2, but as it turns out, Swamp was barren, besides a Pyramid Fairy Crystal.
Yeah, I didn't have Hook, and no one really wants to go into bootless, hookless Swamp. Especially knowing you're going to have to go back. It was one of those things where if it turned out to be the thing, I figured that a lot of people were going to be late there.
I was late to flips. I put off Mountain for a long, long time. And
I did a really dumb thing with Mountain. I completely forgot I'd used all my bombs, like clearing out desert, and went to go to East Mountain with no bombs. Got one bomb drop, and was like, okay, well maybe I can get some bombs out of the 5 chests, but had to isolate the 2 chests that were part of the 7 in Paradox, and then like basically last location there.
That explains why you went back for those, because yeah, I guess we glossed over that part, and we were raising eyebrows when you were heading back there. Was like, wait, he hasn't checked Lower Paradox?
Yeah, it was because I had exactly 1 bomb, and so I used it to hit the crystal switch.
Made a trip to the bomb shop in Paradox to get a potion for Pipe Cave, not Spike Cave.
Yeah, Spike Cave. I got Burna before I did Spike Cave, so.
Well, I had scouted Cape, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't scouted Cape, so when I got to Wreck Ship, I had Speed Booster and just grabbed Cape on the sort of in case. But I think that was after Spike Cave. I don't remember. It may have been before. I may have had Cape and Burna, but I had at least Burna for Spike Cave.
I was kind of hoping that Burna would also be speed locked and that there would be something important on Bumper Ledge or something, but Burna was free. It was in Upper Norfair Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, it was one of the only things that came out of Bubble Mountain other than Super Metroid progression that would have gotten me into Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, the game was actually not too bad for like health and stuff. Energy tanks weren't too bad. There was like 2 chilling in early supers. There was mail was pretty free. Suits weren't too crazy either. So yeah, defense wasn't an issue today.
Yeah, it was just that the movement was pretty bad. That was kind of the whole thing of it. Was walking around in full clearing A Link to the Past with no boots was sort of the story of this one.
Made the seed feel extra long.
Exactly. So that's why, at the end of it, I'm like, 259, I'm not too bad about it. But when did you end up finishing, Aussie? How long have you been chilling?
246.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad then. I didn't. Did you end up first over in race time, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got first over.
Okay.
Nitorific finished only about 2 minutes ahead of you, so
Okay. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I did sort of do everything and left the loose squares, like I said, so it left me with a really weird cleanup route. But I liked the Super Metroid route. The Link to the Past route was a little more fragmented.
yeah, you could have cleared Super Metroid pretty cozily today, all things considering.
Other than Backdoor Meridia with a kind of clunky loadout, pretty much did.
Yeah, I nearly died to Dragon. I was grapple killing, got down to 14 health, and had to detach.
Oh
Or else I
man.
would have.
Yeah,
And I
we
did
s-
just meet up with missiles.
I
Yeah,
didn't
you-
have grapple early, so I was able to dodge that fate. I think I had like 50 supers by the time I got into Dracon.
yeah.
I did too, but grapple.
Yeah.
Actually, Hitaka's got all 80.
Oh wow.
Because, yeah, in the randomizer, there's 80 supers total, for those who are not aware. Nito's saying I left side Twomp Ice Rod made him sweat a little bit. It made us sweat, too, because
Yeah. I laughed.
I was saying how, okay, at this point, Totorock's a pendant, and there's still so many keys we need to get in there. It's probably not required. Then the Ice Rod shows up, and everybody starts raising alarm bells, saying, "Cap, what have you done?" And at this point, I realized, wait a minute, pretty much all the Trinex keys are not are still unknown and are needed to get to Trinex anyway. So it's like, all right, it's not likely that our go mode is in Total Rock. And then Ancient Gamer, I'm just going to let you explain the nightmare scenario that could have been.
All I said is there was a little small chance that you could have boots on Trinex and the GT Big Key on the Torch. That's the only way that would play out. And the way this seed has gone, I really wouldn't have been all that surprised if it happened. But yeah, Maniacal, I pretty much thought you were in the driver's seat for about the first hour 15, hour 30.
Yeah, that SM movement was great.
Aussie was the only one that went ahead and did Hera. And when he turned in that green pendant and it was red cane, and we realized that you were going to have to backtrack not only to Hera, but then go all the way back through Super Metroid to get to Meyer and all that. I'm like, man, we got a problem. The only I skipped out without getting the second item in Meyer, and I was thinking, well, if that's Mitts, then that kind of puts Maniacal back in it right there. But
Just supers.
So it didn't turn out that way.
I was really close to skipping on the second Myra item as well, but I just thought the movement's so bad. If it is Mitts, like all signs pointed to Pyramid Fairy, but if it is, it's just going to hurt so much to track back there. So I just cleared it and played it safe. But yeah, I felt good about things early, and then like things kind of rapidly dried up.
When you started your cleanup and you started at Mountain, I'm like, okay, he's going to Hera. I didn't even realize you hadn't checked the bottom of Paradox Cave, because at the beginning, all of y'all just scattered. So it was hard for us to keep track of everything that everyone had done. You know, I thought you were heading straight there. I'm like, okay, he's going straight there. And then, of course, you went and did the other checks. I'm like, wow, he's going to wind up having to go back. At least you didn't do the Smith chain, because it was pure crap.
Yeah. Although,
And,
sorry, Aussie, go ahead.
I just want to interrupt for one quick second to say that Hitaka has finished third on Restream and fourth overall with an official race time GG time of 3:13:39. GG Hitaka, and welcome to the booth.
Hey, man.
Hey, thanks. GG.
GG.
That was a lot of last locations.
To be fair, assuming one of them was green pendant, it didn't open anything, so you're going to last location, your mitts. And then after that, it was, all bets off. But you were kind of guaranteed 2 if you got 1. It was a little bit of a special.
See, no one found boots.
Nope.
Nope.
They're probably just
I
chilling in tile room or something.
Yeah.
My
or
left
TR.
arm hates me right now.
No ice beam, no bombos. All our inventories look basically identical. That's fine.
That's basically what ended up happening, is that everybody got funneled to last location essentially last location in Green Pendant. Which
Yeah, it
basically-
throttled pretty hard through Kane, and then pushed you to Mire, pushed you to Pyramid. Mitz opened it up a little. Maybe something was on Smith's or something like that, but obviously it seems like it maybe wasn't. If Fire Rod's not in Hookshot Cave, I'm definitely seeing if Turtle Rock is Quake or Ether and trying to go in and look for Fire Rod there.
Yep.
But it didn't come to that.
Both
Of
keys
course, the
literally
medallion
under the
was
mat.
right outside, of course.
Both keys
Oh.
under the mat.
Did you see what was it? Quake?
It was Quake.
Oh man!
Yes, no, I had a
would've been
small-
all about that.
I kind of sighed to myself because when I opened Quake, and then the next chest was Fire Red anyway, so.
At least, usually when you go in looking for Fire Rod, it kicks you out pretty fast if it's not going to be in there.
Yeah, usually.
Sometimes it's a jerk, but if it's really being that way and lets you all the way to Laser Bridge and Fire Rod's not there, you just laugh it off. It took you for a ride, and that's going to happen.
And then, of course, I was also wondering about Waterway the whole time, but now we know that was Silver's.
Yep. I had speed before I did Bryn Loop, so I dodged that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did Bryn very late.
Yeah, Hookshot, and basically everybody needed somebody else's progression items because everybody scattered super early. Hitaka, you were I'm trying to remember what your item was missing before everybody got back on the chain. I think yours was Flippers, because you and Aussie were both a bit late on the bandwagon to Paradox Cave. Maniacal was late to the bandwagon for Bow and Hookshot. Ridley was late to the bandwagon for Mirror. He, for some reason, didn't go check Mini Moldorm Cave right away. It might have been a bomb shortage initially, but Ridley was very late to Mirror.
Mirror felt like a good grab. So that's a rough one to miss in this seed, just because of how it helped consolidate some of the really slow routing. So that one hurts a little.
Yeah, it was Mirror, and then I got Flute right away in Dark World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where was Flute again?
K45.
45.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't get it right away. I got it. I routed Hype Cave up to Catfish to Mirror to get Zora because I had the flippers at that point. And I had that sort of as a check in my mind.
Hype Cave left worked out really well.
Ridley, you're scaring
Activate
Yeah.
Ridley,
if
you're
you hype-
scaring me, buddy.
How
If you
about
Hype
30?
Cave left this seed, it works.
Yeah, 30 dig game. That was fun.
Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't
that was a
count.
pretty big oof.
I was low on clock when it finished. I was like, man, where's
was-
this gonna pop?
It was 30, so. But yeah, I did Hype Cave and then right to Pod Eastern combo because I had full clear on both of those.
All right, well,
Oh,
if-
thank
They
you.
had nothing.
well, Ridley's done
Sorry about
scaring everybody.
If it wasn't getting knocked off the ledge, it was down to that one heart. I was like, come on, dude, don't do this to yourself. Okay.
Yeah, so G in chat for Ridley, as now it's down to just Mother Brain for him. He's wrapping up, so yeah. So, Hitaka, we were describing the seed earlier as accessible but scattered. Would that be a good way to describe it to you? Considering the early Dark World and how everything was available but all over the place?
Yeah. Nothing was super dumb, really, except the cane. And then Mitz behind Meyer, so there was like the LN double dip potential there. And Kane being on a pendant. And the thing is, when I I went into Hera and I actually forgot it was a pendant, and I went in and I went downstairs and saw the small key, and then I went back upstairs and I thought, wait, the music's different. This is a pendant. And so I opened the other chest and it was an item, and so I thought, nope, I'm not doing this without the big key.
Same.
I could Hera pot, but then there's you might miss an item in the big chest anyway, and it's just
I got my first sword out of Hera lobby and was probably there at 25-ish minutes, and then just left it until last.
My first sword right after the blind.
Sorry, Aussie, what was that?
I got my first sword, first chest after Hammer Blind.
Oh, yeah, I saw that that Sea House hut. That was my tempered. And I was like, man, that made blind sword free. It either's going to feel good or bad for someone.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. Maniacal had 3 swords before anyone else found one.
Yeah, my first sword was Pyramid, and then Sea House, and then Hera Lobby.
Yeah, I went Hera, Pyramid, Sea House. And then was the last one Left Side Swamp or Ice or I don't know.
Checkerboard.
And it was somewhere.
Checkerboard.
Oh yeah, I did grab it because I was early to Checkerboard. I was like, it's enough damage output that it's probably worth.
I'm glad everyone found that Left Side Swamp Ice Rod. Very important item.
Yeah, we were telling Maniacal and Aussie how it seemed the seed was practically screaming swamp, considering, granted, it was required for progression anyway because of Red Crystal, but it was accessible by Sphere 0 mirrors, Sphere 1 hookshot, and all the other, and hammer and flippers being relatively free as well. And we were thinking, Swamp's gotta have something, but it only had Ice Rod, which was useless. Kind of. It was helpful for Argus if you didn't have silvers.
It had mitts eventually, but that was pretty long after it was first available.
Fair enough. But even still, we were surprised that Swamp, and it also had to do with everybody missing one of the Swamp keys. Like again, Aussie and Hataka, you were late to flippers. Maniacal, you were late to hookshot. So everyone was missing a key for Swamp Palace anyway, which kind of made it. We were saying how basically the 1 hour 20 to 2.5 hour mark was really painful because by that point we've basically seen all of Super Metroid and everyone was just now getting all the keys to dip into Swamp.
Yeah, I'm sure it was an interesting one given that we all kind of took the open different ways. When Bryn Loop wasn't completely dead, and it had stuff in it, I thought, okay, this probably means that there's a pretty good dispersion in terms of how everyone played this on the restream, just because late Bryn's a fairly unusual choice, I'll say.
Something else Ridley actually did, now that I think about it, is Ridley actually went to check Vanilla Morph Ball first. Unfortunately, it just didn't play out. Everything was a big 20 down there, which is a bit unfortunate, but we did see that check for, I wouldn't say for once, but it's something we saw today.
Yeah, this seed was really generous with money. The bush crabs being 20s was nice early, and then I felt like a fool for farming 3 crabs worth before I got to CAC when it just kept throwing money at me.
Yeah, Taka actually ended up checking Zora really early thanks to a fake flipper, since it was in logic with Glove. I think he found he found the bush crabs and did Houlihan, so he ended up with 500 super quick.
I think I had 800 when I went to Zora, 10 minutes in or something.
Because I think one of the early Super Metroid checks was a 300 too. It's either one of the early SM checks or it was, actually I think it was Mini Moldarm had a 300 somewhere.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think right chest Mini Moldarm was 300. But yeah, that was a fun one. I don't think I have too much else to say, so I think I'm gonna pop out. But GG Hitaka, GG Aussie, and GG to Ridley should be finishing up here shortly. thanks for the commentary, Captain and AG. Good to come in and chat. And I guess was Mind of Me doing tracking, or
She was, and
well,
God bless
thank
her
you, Mind
for
of Me, for the tracking.
God bless her for A, tracking all four of you, and B, setting everything up too. It's like, we
Yeah,
really can't stress enough how much hard work our volunteers put in to get this to work.
absolutely. I enjoy watching them, and I appreciate that everyone's so giving of their time to make these happen, because they're a lot of fun. So yeah, I absolutely appreciate it, and take it easy.
You too.
GG's.
Have a good night. And Hitaka, we do. You gave us a good laugh with your cool Ritos don't look at explosions moment with Sahasrara.
Yeah, that was.
We kind of knew that. I kind of suspected that was going to happen because I know that's kind of your thing. But it was very entertaining.
I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too.
Yeah. And then one more for
Yeah,
Pyramid
I'm
Fairy
thinking
later.
He wasn't all that contained when he did that. It's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah, unfortunately, water bombs aren't a thing until Twilight Princess, so you can't really do the same thing with Pyramid Fairy.
Well, there's some games where if you throw a bomb at a fairy fountain, then the fairy gives you a bomb upgrade.
Really?
Yeah. That happens in, I think, Minish Cap and one of the Oracle games.
That would explain a lot, because, yeah, the handheld, I'm not too familiar with the crazy stuff that happens besides Link's Awakening at the handheld games. And I only say Link's Awakening because pretty much anything that happens on Switch happened in GBA, so... But yeah, Ridley's just about ready to wrap up here. It'll only be like 2-3 minutes before he joins us in the booth, and then we'll figure out, we'll find his thoughts. So yeah, we're kind of shocked that we were dreaming up a lot of bad cases where boots could be required, but they weren't. So we're never going to see the other item in Desert and Bonk Rocks or King's Tomb.
Nope. Or pretty much all of GT first floor.
Yeah, Hataka, you and Maniacal both did got Hope Room Big Key. Aussie ended up going full left first and ended up being his 13th. Just to make sure, I guess, that no one got 1 out of 22.
Oh, thanks for carrying the interviews, man. I didn't want to say anything. I got hot wing sauce in my eye right as Aussie was coming in, and I kept having to unkey the mic to keep from screaming over the air.
Oh my.
That sounds unpleasant.
It is still, by the way.
Yeah, ow. That actually, I'm thinking that through in my head right now, and that actually does sound really painful. Are you feeling better,
But,
honestly?
Huh?
Are you feeling better, honestly?
Yeah. A couple of ice cold washcloths later, I can actually see out of the eye. It doesn't feel like somebody's burning it out of my head. Yeah.
Okay.
Sriracha. And I've got some habanero sauce that I put on them to make them extra spicy because I like it hot. That was a bit of a mistake tonight, Fusion.
Personally, I'm more of a teriyaki myself, but speaking of, I've never seen that speed booster actually break the panels before.
Really? That's a behemoth part. Behemoth.
Yeah.
Famous for that.
Yeah, Behemoth Spark does that sometimes.
Fascinating. Oh, but Ridley's going to be a good little Mega Man and save the animals.
Qualified. You're dead to me, Ridley.
Somebody had to do it.
I
think I remember there being a family.
Nobody.
I think I remember there being a Family Feud question back in the gentleman before Steve Harvey. I forgot it. Steve Harvey. I forgot his name. But his thing was name a profession where it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. And I guess Save the Animals can be one of them. But ladies and gentlemen, SP Ridley is still going to finish just before 3:30 with a, if I can find it, it's going to be 4th place on Restream and I think 6th overall. Yes, with an official SRL time of 3:29:59.
Yeah, GG Ridley. And no, I'm not interested in a ghost pepper donut. But thanks.
Sounds intimidating. And
Hey,
spooky.
I'm gonna hop out. So good night. Thanks for commenting and tracking.
Good night, man. GG.
I'm out too. And
Alright.
similar for
Good night to
the
you.
commentary.
All right. Good night to you as well. GG. Fantastic performance.
Yeah, good night. I'll say GG, man.
To be fair, the fantastic performance line applies to pretty much all of our runners tonight because, well, it does apply to all of our runners, not even so much thing as a pretty much, because they put on a fantastic show for you here tonight, despite all the crazy stuff that, despite the painful wait for Kane. Hopefully SP Ridley will join us in a minute.
That whole Kane thing was just ridiculous. It was.
Yeah, that was really just the big bottleneck because once everybody started, oh, no interview for Ridley. Oh, that's all right. But yeah, still GG's nonetheless. Once again to all of our runners. Definitely was definitely a fun one to call, especially once both the beginning and the end things really just spiced up. You know, it was actually funny because during that hour or so before Kane finally showed up, we had some downtime to finally talk about everything that was going on because everybody was going everywhere.
Yeah, sorry I kept getting over you. I'm really sorry about stepping up like that. I got a new mic and the delay is a little different and I'm trying to get used to it. This is the first commentary I've really done in a few months. I had some health problems over the summer, so I'm just now coming back. So my apologies for that.
No need to apologize. You know, it takes time to work stuff out, and the more that time can be spent to work it out, the better.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks to the crowd for joining in. Thanks, Fusion. I just saw the gift. I'll deal with it tomorrow, but I want to thank you now. And thanks for putting up with me. I appreciate it. Give these runners a follow. Give my co-com a follow. And definitely give Mine to Me, because Mine to Me does an awesome job. How she juggled all that, I have no idea.
Very efficiently and very fantastically. Is that even a word?
It is now.
Well, luckily I don't have to get roasted for even hinting that there might be progression in Turtle Rock tonight. It could have happened. I was bracing, but we caught a lucky break after Fire Rod finally showed up. Right in front of Turtle Rock, too.
Roast me. You know, if I'm not having to run that crap, I don't care. Roast me. That would have just been hilarious, but we'd have been here till like 1 in the morning. 1:50. That would have been ridiculous. At least it wasn't. There's no chance of it being on PED, because that would have just been horrible.
At least that check got thrown out the window faster than you can say yeetus deletus. So we got lucky there. But yeah, with that said, folks, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your night. We will see you on Sunday for the hard 2v2 multi-world at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We do hope you will join us for that, because that is going to be one heck of a good time. So yeah, 2v2 co-op. We hope to see you all there. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next mission.
Have a good night, everybody.